And I'd like to welcome everyone out to Billy D. Cook Field here at Calhoun Academy, where tonight you have your Calhoun Academy Cougars with an 0-2 record playing against Hebron Christian School, which I believe has a 2-0 record. Of course, Academy is coming off 2 losses by 5. One's on the road against Kemper and one home against who won the defending division champions, Central Holmes. So the Cougars are trying to get on their winning ways here tonight as they will start the ball game off receiving. As we have number 48 for Hebron, Shane Stafford, to kick things off here for the Eagles. Back to receive for the Cougars is Tyler Parker and Rusty Stegall.
Kickoff goes into Tyler Parker there around the 5-yard line. It's returned out to maybe about the 25. It'll be down 1st and 10 to go for the Calhoun Academy Cougars. Adam, we were here last year at the Kemper ball game, which is, the Cougars look kind of tentative coming out the ball game and playing and everything, but they play well in the second half and everything. Maybe they can get it going tonight against, like last week against Central Home, they played again well in the second half. Maybe they can get it going early tonight, the first half, and get it going.
Well, they started off the ball game right. They start off with possession of the ball. Usually when they start off the ball game, they're starting off on the defensive end, which is sort of killed them early in the ball game, as they're going to come out with 5 receivers here early in the get-go, so they're going to spread things out here early.
This is a set we haven't seen. They had 4 on one side and pass out to John, and intercepted by number 23. We'll get your name on that. Number 23 is Lancaster, and he runs it down to about the 10-yard line, maybe the 9-yard line. So first play by the Calhoun Academy Cougars is intercepted and run back to the 9-yard line by the Hebron Christian School. Adam, what are we going to see about this the rest of the night?
Well, as you said, they usually start off slow, and that's one way you don't really want to start off, as they try to open up big there as they went for the big bomb, opening up their first offensive play. As you said, a first set we hadn't seen out of them before, lined up 4 receivers back to back on one side, but there's a handoff to Stafford right up the middle. And, you know, this is a matchup most people are wanting to see. I heard people talking about it at ICC, some guys from Houston, saying they want to see the matchup between Rusty Stegall and Shane Stafford. They're both 2 big guys right there, and that should be an interesting matchup for the rest of the night.
Well, Stafford, as said, he's had a good many rushing yards the past 2 games and everything. Around 185 the first game and then like 105 the last game. But we're going to see how he does against the Cougar defense tonight. He was stuffed pretty good against the line right there. And there's another runner, and there's the option around again. But Horn is another guy who, I guess, with everybody keying in on Stafford and everything, Horn has picked up a lot of yards in other games too also.
Yeah, they got 2 quality quarterbacks, which they can switch off to a running back and sort of throw either one of them in there at one time. So they got more than Stafford on this team. A lot of people are saying, oh, Stafford is all the Eagles has got. But really, they got a lot of good players, and as you said, in Horn, running the ball that time for the Eagles.
Cougars coming up now on defense. It'll be around 3rd down and maybe 4 to go as again, and it is kept in by, and it is touchdown by the Hebron Christian. They have scored on a 5-yard run. So it starts out 6-0, 10 minutes, 29 seconds in the first quarter, 6-0 Hebron Christian.
And that's what you was talking about earlier. They said that they usually start off slow, and that's what usually kills them. That first opening drive for the Cougars is what they go down and score on, and really can't take advantage after that when they could do. It's really too late in the ball game, as they've lost the last 2 ball games by 5. They can just really tighten up their defense on the opening stand and get a defensive hold opening. It might work on better down the line for them.
Adam, we've seen against Kemper, they come out and it was like a quick pass early in the first, really about 3 minutes ago in the first quarter. They had a quick pass at Kemper that just really scored on them. And then last week against Central Home, they had a quick pass that put them in good field position, and then Central Home ran it in for another score early on in the first quarter. That has seemed to just down the Cougars early on in the beginning of the ball game.
Yeah, that's really it's been a tradition here, I guess you can say. They let the other team set up the momentum for them early in the ball game, and when they do get momentum on their side, they have to play catch up quick. They've done a good job of it, just haven't been able to get within 5 these last 2 ball games. So as we said, it's early in the ball game, 10:29 to go here. A quick strike back, and we could have a tied-up ball game.
Well, we have Tyler Parker and Rusty Stegall back to receive the kick again. Adam, we seen last week that it seemed like just, I don't know, big plays just seem to kind of hurt the Cougars. Everywhere they go, they seem one big play here at the beginning of the first half or during the second half just really kills the Cougars' momentum in trying to win a ball game.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was, just big plays. They got a good, solid defense, but they are big play prone, I guess you could say, is the Cougar defense. But as we said, it's early in the ball game, and that really right there wasn't a big play. They just pounded it in. Of course, they didn't have much real estate to go before they got a touchdown, and they did a good job of taking and using Horn that time to run in for the touchdown.
Stafford again to kick off for the Hebron Christian. Kick is underway. Like it would go to Rusty Stigall, fiddler around the maybe 7-yard line. He breaks it out. He gets to the outside. Rusty Stigall turns the outside, and he is running, and he is dragged down around the maybe, let's see, about the 33-yard line for the Cougars. Maybe this is what to get them going early in the game, Adam.
Yeah, that's one thing they've lacked is getting momentum early, and right there is a good boost right there. And the Cougars, you know, that's sort of a question mark spot before the season started with the special teams. And Rusty Stigall and Tyler Parker has done a good job, although it's 3 games into the season, returning the kickoffs here for the Cougars.
We'll see what they do. They come out passing the very first part of the game, their first set of offense. So let's see what they do this time. They come out, Chandler running at quarterback. You got White and Stigall and Parker in the backfield, and they look like a wishbone formation. Hand is in there to Tyler Parker, and he busts up the middle for maybe a gain of about 8 yards.
Tell you what, Tyler Parker is one of these players that's really stepped up big. He had a great junior high season last year, and he's having an outstanding high school career already. As he's only a 10th grader, as he just moved up from 9th grade last year. So he's doing a good job for the Cougars already early this season.
Well, Adam, I don't know if you were here last ball game, but I was here, and Tyler Parker did a great job. He had 2 interceptions, they had a fumble recovery, and also had 2 touchdowns on the run and everything. He did a great job for the Cougars trying to keep them in the ball game. Let's see what they do here again in the wishbone formation. White in motion, a pitch into Tyler Parker, and Tyler turns it in and looked like he may have the first down up around close to the 30-yard line. Let's see where they have a measurement. It looks like it's going to be about the, say about the 19-yard line, what they have it marked, I think, Adam.
And that's going to give the Cougars a first down. And Tyler Parker, I guess the Cougars will do what Hebron does. Say, hey, if you can do it, we're going to try to do it better. As they're pounding the ball right now out of the wishbone.
Well, Adam, we know that Calhoun has tried to come out and pass every game that they've had. But the key to coming out and pass, you got to establish yourself on the run. Try to get yourself on a run, establish yourself, and that'll open it up for the wideouts. This has wideout right here. Quick pass out to Josh Hamilton. Block in there right quick. Block in by Rusty Stigall, and Hamilton gets out about, say, around a 15-yard line by Josh Hamilton.
Yeah, that's a big shot that time by Rusty. That's the kind of football he likes to play. Big, physical, strong football, as he just laid the lick that time on the block.
Well, we've seen what the Hebron Christian is doing on defense. We have known in the first game they played this year, they scored, they put up a big number on offense, and then last game they put up a pretty good one on Tunica. Let's see what their defense can do. I've kind of heard, Adam, that, you know, their defense is a little skeptical that they just try to put up a lot of points on defense and everything. There's a pass by Chandler to Jeremy Brown that goes out of bounds, no play. But we kind of see that their defense, I've heard that they're kind of susceptible to put up some points on their own. We just kind of see against the Cougars offense.
Yeah, last year the defense just sort of played a, well, we're going to try to outscore you type ball game. But this year, their defense is a little bit better from last year. But as you said, they do have their breakdowns just like the Cougars do. But the Cougars right there, as you said, threw the ball out of the back of the end zone. Almost another interception as the Eagle was out of the back of the end zone. He caught it that time, so there was a lucky break for the Cougars.
Cougars come back up into the wishbone set with White, Parker, and Stigall, and Josh Hamilton out the side. It's given in to Tyler Parker, and Tyler Parker breaks it up toward the middle, and it is a touchdown. Tyler Parker, no flag on the play. Tyler Parker again does it for the Cougars.
Yeah, that's what you need right there. The Cougars did a good job. They went to 2 passes, but they couldn't get them completed as they was able to just keep with the run that time, keep it on the ground and run it in that time by Tyler Parker. Good job of running, a great job of blocking that time by Rusty Stigall.
Well, Adam, we've seen her early on in the game that Cougars just running at will against this Hebron Christian defense. I don't know if they really rely on their offense just to try to score the points and beat the other team or what it is, but here it is 7-6 right now. Cougars trying an extra point. Looks like they're going to 2-point conversion again in the wishbone set. Handed out. Chandler rolls out and everything. Look like he will be stopped. so no two-point conversion. It is 8:05 left in the first quarter, 7-6, Hebron Christian over Calhoun Academy. Back here at Calhoun Academy. Calhoun Academy is ready to kick off. Kevin Fleming is ready to kick off for the Calhoun Academy. You have Shane Stafford alone, back deep, ready to receive the kick, and is a little squib kick. Goes into look like number 23. It'll be Lancaster, and he is stuck around the 34-yard line. Like a couple of Cougars in on the tackle. Jesse Turner, Caleb Winfield, and Jared Davis. So Cougars will start the defense, and this time they have a little better defense set back. They ain't, Hebron Christian is not way in their own territory ready to score.
And that's going to be the officials' timeout. It's a water timeout. We'll read you the sponsors real quick as Chris finds them. As we said, 7-6 is your score right now at the water timeout break.
And your local sponsor for tonight's Calhoun Academy football game is Parker Brothers Trucking in Terma, West Motors in Calhoun County, Calhoun City, TDS Telecom Incorporated, providing their customers with the latest in telecommunications from Calhoun City, Alexander's Full Service Station, Calhoun City, Kelwood Company, Kelwood Factory Outlet in Calhoun City, Buck's One Stop, Buck and Lisa Langford Owners in Calhoun City, Custom Covering Insurance and Bruce, Fred Pharmacy Stores, Bruce, Calhoun City, and Vardaman, Weeks Big Star, and we appreciate the opportunity to serve you past 28 years in Bruce. Well, Adam, we said that being hot this time of year, they would tend to take a couple of officials timeout breaks and everything that I guess kind of keep the players cool so they will get over exhausted and everything, because the heat is really rough out tonight.
Really it is. I was sort of hoping it was going to cool off a good bit with the sun going down, but the academies take 2 water breaks per quarter, I do believe, at the 8 and 4 minute mark, as the public schools only take 1 at the halfway point in between each quarter. But as you said, that's one thing they're going to need, is it's so hot tonight.
We'll be back to action. The horn behind. Faking there is given on a misdirection, and good tackling there by Tyler Parker. He stuffed Lancaster in around behind the gain of maybe 2 yards. Adam, maybe we can see a good defensive stand this time of the Cougars, not just focusing on one person, but actually playing a team ball and tackling just the person with the ball. Yeah, tonight's going to really be on the defensive lineman's shoulders. If they got to get in the backfield, Caleb Winfield and Jeremy Smith, there's 2 key guys down there, so they really got to get in the backfield and clog up the holes for these runners. As a give in, and it is stuffed again. Rusty Stegall, Justin White, and Caleb Winfield. Lancaster looks like he is stopped for no gain. They'll bring out about 3rd and say a long 8 to go for the Hebron Christian. And the Cougars come in the defensive set. And there's a spread. I've never seen this. 3 offensive linemen. It's flag football. What this is just spread off the offense. They're going to take and run a little screen light. But the Cougars right all on top of it. Cody Gaston did a good job that time. Just shedded his defender, getting the backfield and slowing the runner down. That play right there was a flop from the get-go. It's the Cougars defense did a good job. Great play. It looked like a loss of 2 yards to bring up 4th and say 10. 4th and 10. Looked like Stafford to be back punting to Josh Hamilton. Well, Adam, looked like the Cougars defense did a great job then, not just focusing, but just playing great team ball. Yeah, that's one thing they did right there. But, of course, Hebron's got a good punter in Stafford. I seen him playing over at Houston. He's got a couple of good boots, and he could send this one over the head of the returner for the Cougars. Stafford in. Looked like it almost locked up. And he lets it roll down around the 19-yard line. It'll be downed. 1st and 10 to go for the Cougars from the 19-yard line. Yeah, that's one thing I also noticed about Stafford whenever he's playing for you. He takes a long time to kick the ball. So if you can get somebody with speed back there, you can usually get off a couple of block punts. Well, Adam, let's see what they do here. They successfully run the wishbone a while ago and just really gain yards on the defense of the Hebron. Marched the ball up the field, and well, a great play set up by Stegall on the punt return, on kick return a while ago. But let's see if they can stick the ball up. They come out in a one-back set. You have Hamilton and Brown out wide. Run through, give in to Tyler Parker. He breaks it through. And he breaks it up to about to save around the 33-yard line.
I believe he got the first down on that one. Right there is all Tyler Parker. He took shots from every which way. He was able to pick up the first down that time. Great job of running that time by Tyler Parker.
So the Cougar offense is looking a little bit better here than the very first drive they had with the interception. But as we say, they need to run the ball in order to establish the pass. So let's see what they can do here. They come out again. They have two wide on the on the right side with like three wide on the trips to the right. Chandler in shotgun formation and Stegall along back set, low snap. A draw into Stegall, and he is stuffed back around the 25-yard line, so a loss of about, say, 7 yards maybe.
Shane Stafford was in on that tackle that time. You know, that's one thing you got to wonder about. You know, Shane was just used to playing offense over at Houston, and now he's having to go both ways with his Hebron team. As you see, his hands are already on his thigh pad, so that's not a good sign. Well, it is if you're a Cougar fan, but as Stafford checks out, so he's probably not going to be able to go much both ways very long, as he's not too used to it yet, playing both ways for Hebron.
Cougars come in again in the triple, in the look like the option formation. White in motion, like giving in there to Stegall, and Stegall comes out to the outside, and Stegall breaks toward the outside and will be down around the 47-yard line. A great run by Stegall. So again, it looked like Cougars, and the good effort by the front line is just able to give them the opportunity to run the ball and get good positive yardage.
Tell you what, this is a real versatile Cougar team. You know, they was really praised on how much they was going to be able to pass this year. And right now, the passing game's not getting it done. They're keeping it on the ground, and they're tearing up a lot of real estate as they're doing a good job moving the ball.
When the hurry-up formation, Cougars come in again, and the wishbone formation is a sweep out to the right to Tyler Parker, and Tyler Parker gains and say maybe 2 yards. But I tell you what, Adam, it looks a lot better than what I've seen. Usually they get the ball and they'll run and have a couple drive stuff, but they're actually just moving the ball pretty good tonight.
Yeah, they're doing a great job tonight as we have another water break here. But that's one thing I'm really surprised about. They're talking about having to air the ball out a lot this season. They still have a lot of good receivers and a pretty good quarterback, but as you see, Pepper Watt's going to come in for Rusty Stegall, give him a quick break. But the Cougars are doing a good job of running the ball tonight, keeping the ball on the ground behind Rusty Stegall and especially Tyler Parker. Tyler Parker's doing a great job tonight, come out playing hard.
Well, we're going to have to see that tonight. They're going to have fresh legs in there for each other and everything, because you get back there in the running back. Up here, we're not moving around in here as much as they are, and we're staying a little cool. It's still hot, but you get out there on the field, it gets hot, and I don't know, you get the adrenaline flowing, you just get real hot and everything. They need a good little break.
Yeah, as you can take a look there at Rusty Stegall, you can tell how hot he is pacing the sidelines. But this could be one thing right here, that as much as they're able to run the ball, it could be able to open the pass later on in the ball game. But hey, as said it many times, if it's not broke, don't fix it. They're able to pick up a lot of yardage running the ball, stick with it until Hebron commits to the run. Of course, you know, everybody's saying Calhoun Academy's going to pass the ball, so I guess Hebron's still waiting for him maybe to pass the ball, but they're running that wishbone, doing a great job out of it tonight.
Well, I was told earlier in the week that they were looking to try to maybe pass the ball against Hebron because they were looks acceptable. And here we come out again in the same little 4 wide receivers back to back to back to back. And let's see what they're going to do long behind the thing. There's a pass. And that was incomplete. It looked like a halfback option pass. Chandler to Parker, and Parker threw it incomplete out to, see, that was Josh Hamilton out there. It was almost picked off again, Adam, so we'll be looking for that there.
I'll tell you what, I love to see the size of this Cougars playbook. They got a little bit of everything in there, as we just saw coming out of that formation. The first time they went long, had an interception, and then they just threw it out the halfback option, as you said, almost had an interception there. But Hebron's been able to get to each 3 of the passes they've thrown tonight, so Cougars have got to sort of commit to the run until they're able to get some of the passes off and complete them.
Well, they come back in again in the wishbone set. Chandler under center, sweep out toward Parker. Parker cuts it back up the field and has some momentum, and he is out to the outside. He's to the 10, the 5, and touchdown, Tyler Parker. So again, in the wishbone set, it looks like the Cougars are able to just run the ball at will against this Hebron Christian defense.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'll say it all season. This kid right here is good. Tyler Parker doing a good job, only a 10th grader, so that's a bright future there for the Cougars as they go up 12-7 in this ball game. So they got to put it on the shoulders of the defense. The offense is performing, but now it's going to be up to the defense.
Well, Adam, again, we're seeing they're going for the two-point conversion. I wonder, I guess as if everybody, every year they come in, when are we ever going to have a field goal kicker?
Yeah, that's one thing they've never really had up here at Calhoun Academy. Of course, all the other schools, Bruce, Calhoun City, and Barnum has always had pretty successful kickers, but Calhoun Academy's never really been blessed with one to my knowledge.
They come back in and it look like I formation with White and Parker in the backfield. Chandler under center. Gives around to the Hamilton, and Hamilton breaks to the outside, and he is in for the two-point conversion. So Josh Hamilton on a little end around comes in for the two-point conversion to put the Cougars up 14-7.
We'll take a break, and we'll be back after this.
Kevin Fleming back deep, kickoff for the Cougars. Stafford back deep by himself to receive the kick. Adam looks pretty good for the Cougars right now. They keep the momentum. Look like they got the momentum in their favor, and that ball goes to Stafford. And let's see what we've done. We've seen a lot of hype, and there's Stafford breaks it out towards the outside and breaks a couple of tackles and gets up around, say, the 42-yard line. Well, this is what we're looking for. That's what I've been waiting for all night, to see what Stafford was going to do with the ball.
I'll tell you what, you can't take nothing away from Stafford. He is a talented running back, and he did a good job of returning at that time. But you can't really try to prove your strength to this guy right here if you're a Cougar. You just want to go ahead and take his wheels out from under him, take his legs right out from under him if you go to tackle him, and wrap him up around the legs. You can't hit him head up. If you do, he's just going to go right over the top of you.
That's right, Adam. This is a big old fella. He stands at about 6'1", about 237. He's it's like the long back in the backfield. He's giving in up the middle. Like kept him, it wasn't giving in, it kept around the end by Horn. He gains maybe 3 yards on the play. Cougars defense is steadily keeping it going and everything. So let's see what they can do on this set. It's 3 minutes, save 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. 2nd down and 7 for the Eagles. Stafford again in the backfield. And to give it around, coming around in a great inside tackle by Tyler Parker. So Tyler Parker is not only making himself known on the offensive side of the ball, but also on the defensive side.
I'll tell you what, most teams coming into this ball game looking at Rusty Stigall, looking at last season, Tyler Parker's let his name be known tonight. Tyler's coming out being a player as he's had all 3 games, especially tonight. He's showing off tonight, doing a good job.
Well, I saw Tyler Parker last week, and he did a great job on the defense side of the ball. He had 2 interceptions, which kind of set up the Cougar offense for some scores. One of them did score up, the other one was kind of messed up because of a fumble. But again, here comes Hebron, long setback and everything. Pass outside to Stafford, and he is stopped by Tyler Parker again. Again, we call Tyler Parker's name. He comes out to about the 41-yard line, 42-yard line. So to bring it down to 4th down and a long 8.
We're going to see if Hebron elects to punt here. They got a good punt away, and with having a player like Stafford, he's able to put a foot in the ball, so he'll be able to back him up a good bit. But as I said, he takes a little bit of extra time to punt the ball away. So if the Cougars get some speed back there and try to block it, but it appears that they might go for it here.
See, they either go for it or they may even try a pooch kick. No, they air it out, and it is intercepted by Josh Hamilton, and he is down the sideline. And he has got some speed down the sideline, and he is out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Intercepted by Josh Hamilton. Return to the 12-yard line. So another great defensive stand for the Calhoun Academy Cougars.
Right there is what we was talking about. They just got to get their defense fired up, and they're running on all cylinders tonight. Tell you what, if they started off early here, as we have an injured Eagle limping off the field, number 33. But if they started off early here and run up some points, you got to feel good going into halftime. You have 1:14 to go with 17-14 is your score. Cougar in scoring position again.
Well, Adam, you know as well as I do that Cougars have been itching for their first win, and I guess with all the hype that we've been hearing, and I've been reading the paper about Shane Stafford and about the Hebron Christian School, that they were just going to come out and run all over. And then again, the game is still early, so we never know what's going to happen. But the Cougars have done a great job of really settling in and playing defense, and then settling in with their offense and scoring the touchdown. We have a timeout by the Cougars, and we'll go to the break. And we are back here as Josh Chandler is in the back, shotgun formation. Pass in to Jeremy Brown, and it is touchdown. A slant in by Jeremy Brown, and Josh Chandler delivers a perfect pass on target. And the Cougars, again, I guess, Adam, this is where we said when it starts out, they set up for the run, and it helps their passing game.
Yeah, that time they did a good job. That time they was going to the side of the 4, so Hebron sort of cheated over that time. Hit Jeremy Brown or Dudley on a good pass that time. Only took 8 seconds off the clock to score, and they're already up in this ball game, 20-7.
Well, Adam, I said Jeremy Brown, but we all know him as Dudley, like we said in the first game. Cougars come out in wishbone formation with White and Parker and Watts. They give in back through there around to Parker, and he is stopped. It looked like it will be no conversion. So the score with 1:06 to go in the first quarter is the Cougars on top, 20-7. And I will read the rest of the list of the sponsors here for tonight for the Cougars game. We have Merchants of Farmers Bank in Bruce, a Warehouser Company in Bruce, Bunny's Pageant and Formal Wear in Bruce, Bruce Telephone Company, local owned and operated, Step Saver Pharmacy, Andy Step and staff from Bruce, Bruce Furniture Industries, a Klausner Company from Bruce, and Hunter Hollow in Oxford.
I don't know if y'all was paying attention that time. If y'all got a good shot of it, we might got taken out by a frisbee that time, thrown by one of the cheerleaders, Erica Baker. So I guess we can expect an apology for her later on in the ball game.
All kind of exciting things can happen here tonight. You never know what's going to happen. The Cougars have jumped up on the Hebron Christian Academy 20-7 in the first quarter. We have Kevin Fleming to kick off and Shane Stafford back deep to receive. The kick is another squib. It goes in to number 23, Luke Lancaster, and the tackle is made by Pepper Watts around the 35-yard line. Well, Adam, the defenses look great. Their offenses look great. Can the Cougars keep it up?
The score might be 20-7, but you don't want to let up go already. This Hebron team, as I said, in the past, they've been able to put up points quick, and so it's a team like this, you just really don't want to take and say, well, we got up a 13-point lead so we can play it back a little bit. You will keep the intensity up and keep it rolling all through all 4 quarters.
Well, Adam, we've heard so much about the Hebron Christian Academy's offense. I'm just wondering if they're trying to be a little tentative here tonight, not to show too much and just keep it going there. A little give in to Stafford, and he breaks out to the open. And there's a tackle, and he is steadily breaking tackles and goes out, and White finally drops him down around the 43-yard line, and Stafford is a little slow getting up. That was a great misdirection play by the Hebron Christian.
Yeah, that's what we used to see him when he was dressed in the maroon and right over there with the toppers. He looked like he'd get clogged up in the line. He just used those big muscles he's got and keep his feet moving and busting the line. I think a big game as he did there. As it's 45 seconds to go, as there's no score in the Calhoun City Bruce ball game, as we just heard over the PA.
Stafford looks a little slow, maybe a little tired as he comes up to the behind the line of scrimmage. As a giving around, and it is broken out. And again, a tackle around maybe around the 35-yard line by Jeremy Smith. So Cougars playing a little better defense, but we see a while ago Stafford is able to break a big long run, so maybe we'll see a little bit more from him tonight.
Yeah, Hebron's starting to run a little bit more misdirection plays and able to confuse the defense as they was really going after the first person to get the ball last time was being successful. So now they're going to have to just lay back a little bit and watch the ball and see where it goes.
We're coming up on the end of the first quarter, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Calhoun Academy leads 20-7 over Hebron Christian. And we are back to action and starting the second quarter. For Hebron Christian, Shane Stafford's in a long setback there again, and it is a great inside rush by Jeremy Smith to sack the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage, like a loss of about 6 yards, 5 yards is what the spot's going to be. That was a great inside play, but we've seen plays like that from Smith and Wingate, Smith and Winfield past 2 ball games.
Yeah, they got a good job. They got smaller guys on the line, but they're a lot quicker than the offensive linemen because they're going to be bigger. But that's the reason Smith's able to get back there that time and get that tackle.
Well, Horn brings Hebron Christian up the line of scrimmage. There's a quick give in there to Stafford, and he breaks it again and out, and he is steadily just breaking tackles, and I guess that's what he really does best out there, Adam. He breaks tackles and breaks tackles, able to gain positive yards. Justin White in on the tackle.
Yeah, that's what he does best. He just takes and runs over you. He just keeps his feet moving and uses that big body just to take and if you're trying to hit him up high, he's going to try to run over you. And Eddie did a job of it there, run over, or just using that body to go over the top of Justin White. If you're going to hit him, you got to hit him low and wrap up them legs and sort of trip him just to bring him down.
It looks like Hebron's not necessarily going to rely on their speed to outrun the Cougars around the end, but necessarily their power up the middle to get the ball down the field. And it looks like they're doing a good job. They had a couple of successful plays where they had a misdirection to Stafford here and then a great give off to him right there. And it looked like a misdirection again. And when Lancaster around the end, and he is tackled around the 17-yard line, 18-yard line. So another misdirection. The Cougars keying in on Stafford, and Lancaster was able to get around the corner.
Yeah, they're doing a good job keeping the ball on the ground. I guess they finally got fed up with it. They've been sort of showed up on the defensive end by the Cougar defense, and so they come out a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end. So the Cougars defense, their backs against the wall. They're going to see if the measure. I do believe they're going to get it. No, they're going to be just short by a link or two for the first down. But somebody like Shane Stafford in the backfield, you might as well just go ahead and expect him to get the first down.
We kind of expect a little, I guess, power run right up the middle for maybe the first down for the Hebron Christian, but let's see what the Cougars can dig in, just dig the claws in and get a good defensive stop right here to set it back and make it a long third down, short third down, but it'd be a second down and a very short one with Stafford alone running back in the backfield. And they get in a quarterback surge, a quarterback sneak up the middle, like they will have the first down by Horn. So to give Hebron Christian first down at about the 13 yard line, somewhere around in that area. Adam, we look at this, and as I said earlier, a lot of teams past 2 games, it seemed like the way Stafford had his yardage, that when he had his yardage, a lot of teams keyed in on him, and Horn was able to get a lot of yards running around like he is at that time right there. But he is optioned and looked like almost a fumble, but Horn has not been able to break out tonight against the Cougars defense.
I'll tell you what, credit Rusty Stegoff for that fumble that time. He put a lick on the quarterback right when he released it. Cougar defense did a good job of sliding under there and getting the fumble recovery.
Well, Adam, we look tonight, the way Hebron is running the ball, they have run the ball successfully behind the powerful legs of Shane Stafford and able to up the middle. And it seems like when they want to run the ball outside with Horn, he's not able to get around the line, I guess, like he has against other teams. And it give that good credit to the Cougars defense just swarming the ball and making the tackles.
That's one thing we hadn't seen much out of the Cougar teams of the past. It used to try to rely on the solo tackle. When you have players like Justin Taylor and Daniel Blunt, the guys that were small guys, but they was able to do that a lot. But now they're doing a lot better job of getting more people to the ball and attacking the ball on the defensive end.
We have Chandler in the back in shotgun formation. Stigall back, trips to the right. Chandler sets out to pass. Goes to Hamilton, turns the wrong way. Incomplete pass down the field, but I tell you what, that looked pretty good right there. They had a lot of open men run around through the middle of the defense of Hebron Christian. So I guess the running has helped open the field up for the Cougars.
Yeah, Chandler had a lot of options that time. He could have went to Dudley in the middle. He went probably to his best option. He had him wide open. His receiver just turned the wrong way, as you said, and couldn't catch up with the ball. But right now, it looks like Hebron, if they can force him to pass the ball like they are, until the Cougars can get some completions, they'll be happy with making them pass the ball. But the Cougars, when they put the ball on the ground, is when they can cause some trouble tonight.
We'll look at it again. Stigall in the backfield. Chandler in shotgun formation and trips to the right. High snap. Chandler rolls out. Caught. Chandler rolls out and Pepper Watts catches the pass. We have a flag down and the pass is caught around the 45-yard line. We have a flag down. We have to wait to see the referee's decision what it's going to be.
I'll tell you what, I missed that one right there. I didn't see Pepper come out of nowhere. I was zooming in on Dudley as he was getting tackled. Of course, pass interference was called, but that was a good job by Pepper Watts to really come out of nowhere to make that reception.
Well, I tell you what, it looks like Pepper has had a couple of opportunities to catch the ball in the previous games, and he just wasn't able to bring it in. But that was just a great play. He just stretched out, used his body, and caught the football. It looked like it'll be a penalty against Hebron Christian, and more likely that'll be a declined. So it'll be first down and 10 from the 45-yard line with it look like a pickup of about 25 yards for the Cougars on that pass.
Give your brother Josh a lot of credit there too. He's able to stay patient. Looked like he's going to tuck it under and run at the last minute. Decided to throw it right around the line of scrimmage. Really aired it out down the field and got the good completion. As we said, the run has opened up the passing lanes. Cougars come up with a big pass that time.
Well, I wonder if I can get a little credit for that for being his brother. I doubt it. He wouldn't take too much of that right there. But that was a great play. He has seemed like he's had a great opportunity just running the ball to the side and throwing off the run. We have a timeout at 9:22 left in the second quarter. 20-7, Cougars on top of Hebron Christian. We'll have to get all their names when we can, but right now we're getting back to the action here with Chandler in shotgun formation. Trips out to the right. Again, looks like Hebron Christian. Looks like a screen pass out, and it is dropped by White. So I guess in a sense, Adam, that was just a good thing that he did drop, because there's going to be loss of some yardage.
Yeah, Hebron really brought the heat that time, trying to put some pressure on Josh. As you said, it was a good break they did drop. It would have been a loss of about 4 yards on the play. So I guess you say a good break for the Cougars that time.
We have it in here. Cougars have it at 2nd and 10 now from the 45-yard line. Chandler calls the play. I tell you what, we have to give some credit to the offensive line of the Cougars tonight. They have done a great job of pass protection and a run blocking tonight.
Yeah, one thing, the Cougars have sort of abandoned the run. They're coming out throwing on every down so far, so I guess as we have flags on the play, there might be a little delay of game that time, I don't know. As flags flew all over the field, I believe that's what the call is going to be.
It's offside on the offense. I have no idea what that is. I guess line up maybe in the neutral zone, a little past the center, but that was the call. Offsides on the offense. Look, backed up maybe 5 yards.
Yeah, I really don't know how the official in the backfield could call offsides on the offense. That's where the flag was thrown, and that's the one that made the call.
Well, we have again, Cougars come out. It'll be 2nd and 15 from the 40-yard line. Again, they come out, trips right. White in the backfield along with Chandler at quarterback in shotgun formation. Like a little blitz, halfway blitz, and they come with it. And a pass in and is incomplete. Brown just misses the pass, and it is blown dead because, Adam, that did look like it was a forward pass, so I don't guess it was anything about a fumble.
Yeah, it was borderline of being a forward pass that time. Lucky break for the Cougars, and nobody really went after the ball that time. But I guess the reason the Cougars are sort of sticking with the pass right now, you got Tyler Parker and Rusty Stigall both on the sideline, so the Cougars sort of giving them a rest here. I guess they can feeling they can afford one with the 13-point lead with 9:12 to go until halftime.
Well, we see, as you said, Parker and Stigall out. I guess they're really getting a breather because they're really doing a great job on both sides of the ball. Chandler again in shotgun formation. White in the backfield with him, trips right. Shotgun, Chandler drops back, airs it out, turns it around, and really really the receiver just really didn't pick up on the play as it was intended for Josh Hamilton, so it was incomplete. So it will be 4th and 15 with a punt coming up with the Cougars.
It's going to be the first time we see the punt tonight for the Cougars. We've seen them in the Kemper game, not too successful with punting as they shanked one out of bounds. So this is going to be where they really need to come up and punt a big one here as we have Stafford back to return for Hebron. So we got to see what the Cougars decide to do here. Kick it away from him, make him chase the ball, or what?
We wonder if the Cougars will kick it to him. Stigall has a pretty good leg of just trying to place the ball halfway where he wants, and he kicks a low liner. It just bounces up, and it will be down by Tyler Hollis around the 18-yard line. So that was a great play, good low kick. We do have a flag on the field back around where the ball was punted. So we'll see what it is. I'm really not understanding that call right now.
I believe it's roughing the kicker against Hebron. I really didn't see. Officials gave sort of like a wings flapping motion. I don't really know what that call is. Or either that or clipping. Usually, like the clipping penalty, as the guy said beside us, is what they show for roughing the kicker. So we'll see what where the position to go on the field as we see what the play is here. But it might be offsetting penalties against both teams.
We're sitting here wondering as they talk to one of the players as they talk to Jeremy Brown, the captain for the Cougars tonight, about the penalty. So we see what it goes. It still stands. The Cougars are at the 40-yard line, and they had a punt that was down around the 17 or 18-yard line. Looked like the play is maybe coming back to be marked off, maybe a first down.
I don't know what we got here. We'll see what the officials do. Still hadn't got the official call from the guy in the white hat. He hadn't motioned towards the press box yet, so I believe the offense is coming back out on the field.
Tell him to pass the ball.
We're sitting here, and we really don't know we're not knowing what the call is going to go again. It went against Hebron Christian, but it looks like the referee is lined up to mark it off against the Cougars. We're just waiting to see.
I really don't understand why to be lined up that way. There he goes. He turns around now as he was talking to the Cougars is what I was about to say. But the official is explaining things to the Hebron coach on the far sideline. But as we said, we really don't know what the call is right now.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a 1st and 10 the way the Cougars have brought their offense back on the field. But I wonder if it's going to be a 10 or 15-yard penalty in the way they're going. I'm not quite for sure right yet. The Cougars have brought their offense back on the field. So we're going to see here in just a second as the referee comes around and makes the decision. And a conference with the referees on the field, and they bring it up like it's going to be a 15-yard penalty against Hebron Christian. And that will bring a first down. It will bring a first down to the Cougars. So they do have their offense back on the field, and it looks like they have Stigall and Parker back in. So maybe they're looking to hammer down a couple more points tonight.
Yeah, now they're back in a position where they have room, feel a bit more comfortable running. But as you said, I guess Cougars are not used to things going their way, but everything so far in this first quarter or first half is really going the way of the Cougars.
We have Chandler in the back, White out in the motion. We have a pitch out to Rusty Stigall. Stigall breaks it in and comes out around a 43-yard line, maybe 41-yard line, excuse me. So he looks like he picked up a gain of maybe 3 yards, maybe 4 yards. So again, they're relying on that sweep and maybe getting outside and usually their speed against this Hebron Christian defense.
That, and they got 2 good blockers, or really 3 good blockers in the backfield. You look at all the running backs, and White, Parker, and Stigall, any of them can really run the ball, but White's being the main man and blocking, and they're sort of swapping in between Parker and Stigall on who runs the ball. But right now they got 3 good running backs, especially White with the key blocker.
Well, they come up again in the option formation, and it does help that you have the running backs in the backfield that can set up. Pop again, and it's caught by Jeremy Brown, and it looks like it will be maybe a first down at around the 31-yard line. Little short toss from Chandler to Brown to about the 30-yard line, and it will be a 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line for the Cougars. Well, another break here, I guess the water break again as the heat is, I guess, still getting to the players. The referees call a water break, so we will take a break too from the Cougars field. And we'll be back to action here with 8 minutes exactly to go in the second quarter. Chandler lines up behind center. Stegall on setback. You have Parker and White at the H-backs faking their gift, and Stegall takes it toward the outside, and he buries in and just ducks his head and dives in for about maybe a 5-yard gain up to about the, say, 25-yard line. So Stegall and Parker have done a great job in here running the football for the Cougars tonight.
That is true. They're doing a good job. And here comes the Cougars sort of running a no-huddle offense, sort of getting the plays and going, try to keep Hebron, or keep Stafford mainly on the field and keep him tired.
Well, they're doing a great job with that and everything. There's a keeper around the end by Chandler, and he runs it down and gets to about the 19-yard line. Excuse me, but the 14-yard line. There's a penalty flag on the field, so we're waiting for the official decision to see what that is. But that right there again looks like it'd be holding against the offense of the Cougars. That negates a good run and first down for the Cougars. But again, they're able to run the ball successfully against this Hebron Christian defense.
Yeah, and you got to look at this one thing Coach Wingate's doing. With the no-huddle offense, as we said a while ago, he's keeping Shane Stafford on the field. And as we said earlier, he only played offense while he was in Houston, so it's going to take him a little while to get used to going both ways for the majority of the plays. But that's what it takes to become a big-time player. You got to be able to take and go the limit and do whatever you can to help your team win. So the Cougars are doing a good job. You see Stafford, I don't know if we get a shot of him, but he's huffing and puffing out there with his hands on his hips. So the Cougars got to keep him out on the field.
That is true, Adam. It looks like they don't have too many people to sub in or out for the Hebron Christians. Keep Stafford tired, so let's see what they can do with it. Come in with a quick pass at a low and a little behind Jeremy Brown. So it'll bring up a second down and about 13 to go. We have another flag and another holding against the offense of the Cougars. Adam, we didn't see too many penalties against the Cougars in the first two games, but that's two back-to-back penalties right there against them. So I wonder what's going on. We have two holding penalties back-to-back against the Cougars, and we already seen maybe 5, maybe 6 combined in the first two games.
Yeah, this is a real tough go right here for the Cougars as they backed them up. I believe it's going to be second down and 20 to go, if not more. But Cougars, as we said, they was rolling, had a good job of running the ball. And as we said, two back-to-back penalties, and that's really hurt them here.
We come out as you have Brown to your right and Hamilton to your left. Stegall alone, setback Chandler in the scrimmage, and they drop back in the pass. And Chandler steps up, and he throws the pass, and it's broken up and incomplete, and we have yet another penalty flag on the field. So we'll see what this is going to be against. Ineligible receiver looked like downfield against the Cougars, so back them up again another 10 yards, 5-10 yards, I think 10 yards. So again, another penalty is really hurt the Cougars.
Yeah, it's hurting them, as you said, but I guess the only positive thing coming out of this is running time off the clock. But that's one thing that usually happens, that when you get a quarterback that scrambles like that, it looks like you committed to going upfield and then just dumped it off at the last second. You usually get guys just wandering up the field trying to pick up the extra block for the quarterback. But as you said, Cougars really 3 back-to-back penalties is really hurting them.
Well, we come out here and the Cougars are backed up and they have a long way to go. It looks like about 28 yards to go for the Cougars. They come out and White's in the backfield, long setback, Chandler in shotgun formation. You have Stegall out to the left along with Tyler, and they throw a quick pass into Tyler Parker, and Tyler Parker goes through his hand. So bring up about 3rd and 28 for the Cougars. 4th down and 28 for the Cougars. Like the Cougars will be Adam, they had momentum going up the field. They ran the ball, they passed the ball, and went up the field, and there's just 3 straight penalties just really negates a good drive.
Yeah, not to talk about them, but that's what usually happens to the Cougars. They take it, they get something good going, and they find something to stall them out. They didn't do it early, but credit, really, the defense sort of come up big when they did get the penalties, but credit Hebron for being able to stop them and gain them many yards.
Stegall back to punt, and the punt goes over his head. He regains it and gets off a good low bouncing kick, and it goes right to Stafford. Oh, and he lets it roll. A great play by Stegall, and it is down around the 11-yard line. So a great athletic play by Rusty Stegall, a snap that was over his head. He was able to regain the ball, and then punt it away. A good rolling punt that pins Hebron Christian down around the 11-yard line.
And we just got a report from the stands. Of course, this ball game you'll already seen on TV7, but the score is 2-0 in Bruce's favor over Calhoun City over in Bruce. So a low-scoring ball game, I guess you can say, totally opposite from what we got going here.
We have a 2-run homer.
And that's it. Remember a couple of years back, I seen a Coffeyville game final score 3-2, so we could be seeing another return of that ball game.
Here we have again, and it looks like Horn is stuffed behind the line of scrimmage by, no, that was Lancaster stuffed behind the line of scrimmage by Rusty Stegall. So a great play from the linebacker position to getting in behind the front line and just putting pressure on the running back.
Let's go back to that kick Rusty Stegall had. He kicked the ball from maybe around the 30, a little bit behind it, and pinned him within the 10. So that was a big play that time by Rusty Stegall.
Stegall with a great athletic play on the running the ball, kicking the ball, and then again there on defense, what we have here looks like maybe an offsides by the Cougar defense. Officials make the decision right here, and like it will be offsides against the defense, so 5-yard penalty. We'll put the ball up, and Hebron has, I'm not really sure, look like 9 yards to go on the play now. Look like it'll be 2nd down and 9 from about the 12-yard line. Hebron comes into motion, looks like they're coming in, look like shotgun formation here. We've not seen this much from them tonight.
Exactly. I guess they're sort of feeling a hurry-up thing, but they give it off to Stafford. Stafford does a good spin move, hits his old man, and cuts across Grady. He's doing a good job running, but there's Rusty Stegall coming and doing what you got to do against Stafford. Take his wheels out from under him, and once again, Stafford sluggish getting back up.
Stafford is like he is tired, and Adam, I'm not for sure. I haven't really kept up with Stafford that much over the past year or so, but is he bothered with any kind of injury, or has he had any kind of injury in the past?
I can't remember, but last year I know in the Amory game, he was having a pretty, he wasn't having a good night running, and he went out with the injury, but was able to come back in and punt, so I really don't know. I believe it's either a left knee or maybe an ankle injury, but there goes everybody and anybody down the field. We'll see what this penalty is going to be.
It's like it may be maybe false start. It's like everybody on the team for Hebron Christian just ran up the field except for about 3 players, and those 3 players were just grabbing their helmets, wondering what was going on, so it would be a, I guess, illegal procedural 5-yard penalty to back the Hebron Christian up. So it'll be a 3rd down and a long situation, very long situation. Look like about 15 yards for Hebron Christian.
Yeah, this is where that punt comes in big time for Rusty Stegall. If he would have just picked and fell on the ball, you're looking at the Eagles being on the other end of the field. There, starting talking about Rusty Stegall, he just went on first bark and really just got the offside. So I guess that offsets the offsides penalty against the Eagles just then.
Stegall trying to make a play, I guess, trying to make a play against the offense and try to get them really deep, but I guess it really didn't hurt them much. It just, I guess they just trade penalties and get the yardage back for Hebron, so it'll be a 3rd down and maybe 10 yards to go. There's another in the shotgun formation to give in, and Horn keeps it around the edge, and he is broken out and he's kept in there. Horn runs the ball on the outside, and a great keeper to fake in there to Stafford as he runs around the end until about the 34, 35-yard line. So a great run in there by Horn.
That's another benefit of having a guy in the backfield like Stafford. You're able to get those fakes and get most guys to bite on him because he's going to be one of your main running backs. As Horn did a good job just tucking it under. As Winfield come in for the tackle, really a touchdown-saving tackle it looked to be, as Horn had nothing but green in front of him.
Adam, we said earlier, I guess team's key really on Stafford, and that allows the opportunity to open up for Horn as that's giving in to the right side over there to Stafford, and Stafford gains about 3 yards on the play. Tackle made in by, looks like, Caleb Winfield. So another great tackle. They're really kind of keying in and doing a great job on Stafford tonight. Other than a few runs, they're doing a really good job.
Well, Coach Wingate told him that whenever you go to tackle him, you tackle him low. Don't try to tackle him high. We've seen a few guys try to tackle him high and luckily just held on to him while other guys came in there and got him. But Coach Wingate made it a point during practice this week to take the legs out of Stafford as we have a timeout on the field.
And you're watching Cougar football on WO7BN. And we are back to action, 3:41 left in the second quarter. Hebron Christian, again, they look like they come in to two back in shotgun formation, one wide out to the right. And the snap is in there and it's given in there to Stafford, and Stafford has run to the outside, and he is taken again, they've taken down around the legs, so he'll be down close to the first down, and we have a player, looked like for Hebron Christian, down on the field around the 35-yard line. He's a little slow of getting up, but Stafford had a good run. It's like they're shy of the first down, maybe a yard. But yet, Sue, the player is down on the field. But that was another great run by Stafford. They used the two-back set and the shotgun formation. And that allows either Stafford to run around the edge, around one side, or Horn to keep the ball on the other side.
Exactly, and we didn't get a shot at him that time, but Stafford's winded right now. As first thing he did, he took his helmet off as soon as the officials blew his whistle and saw we had a delay, pause in action. He took his helmet off and his hands went straight to his knee pads, as you see him probably right now in the backfield. He's winded, as we said, but he's a big kid, not used to playing both ways, but hey, that's an athlete. He's going to stay on the field and play for his team.
You have to. Anytime somebody really relies on, not necessarily relies on a certain person, but has an athlete of his caliber and everything, they need him really on both sides of the field, just to really generate something on offense and just generate something on defense. Yeah,
if not that, just to make him a decoy. Of course, you got an athlete like that, people are going to be keen on him, like we said earlier. People are going to be watching for him, as we have number 52, Lundy, coming off the field, who's a shaking up Eagle that time. But as we were saying, he's a key figure on the team, both defensively and offensively, so he's just going to make things happen just by being out on the field if he's not even around the ball.
We have it again. It's third down and maybe just a long one to go. And again, they're in shotgun formation. And it's given in to Stafford, and he is met in the backfield by a committee of the Cougars. White, Cody Gaskin, Jesse Turner, and Jeremy Smith, and they just stuff him in the backfield for maybe a loss of about 4 yards.
And that's the benefit of the big man being tired that time. He wasn't able to keep his wheels moving. They were able to run over those guys. His Gaskin come in a little bit high that time, but they did get to stop behind the line of scrimmage, so that's a good big-time play that time by the Cougars. Make it fourth down and about 7, we'll say a long 7 to go.
And it looks like they are going to go for it. Again, they have two wide. They have Stafford, Lancaster in the backfield, along with their quarterback, Horn. And there's a pitch in by Horn. Horn sets up for the pass and throws across the middle, and it is incomplete. Incomplete pass, and looked like number 45 was on the Harpo. So there will be a turnover on down for the Cougars. So Cougars, again, get the ball in their side of the field.
Yeah, Hebron was gambled early in the ball game there, and really it didn't pay off. They had a guy wide open with 2:24 to go in the ball game, with your score being 20-7, Cougars lead. But the pass was there. The receiver just led him just a little too far. He wasn't able to pull it in. It was enough for the first down. So Cougars got lucky that time. They wasn't able to pick up the catch and pick up the first down.
Like Cougars maybe trying, they have a great opportunity of maybe trying to add a couple of points right before halftime, being in a good field position. Look like they're on maybe 38-yard line, so 38 yards to maybe score with 2 minutes 24 seconds to go in the first half. They come out shotgun formation with Stigall in the backfield with Chandler. Chandler drops back to pass, airs it out, and it is intercepted. Intercepted in, looked like by Horn, and Horn runs it out to looked like maybe around the 32-yard line. So we do have a flag on the field, so we have to wait and see what the flag is about. But Chandler has a pass picked off for the second time this evening. And Adam, I didn't play much quarterback, so I don't guess I could teach him that.
And I believe it was against Hebron as they pointed towards Hebron's way, so we'll see what the official says. I believe the interception will count, but that's one thing that's one thing it is. Cougars not used to running the passing style of offense. Chandler's just going to take a little while to get used to it, as though it's going to stay to the Cougars. So the Cougars is going to keep the possession of the ball. So there goes the break back to the Cougars.
Adam, we've seen that many times. I guess the first 2 games this year, the Cougars had the breaks. It's just, are they able to capitalize on some of the breaks that they get? In the first game, we saw that they had a tremendous amount of breaks that they just weren't able to capitalize on the ones that they really needed to at the time that they should have had.
And that's the case, and this is a big penalty right here, 15 yards tacked onto that one. So they're going to be up around the 20. I believe it's going to be about the, give them credit, 23, 24. So the Cougars in good field position, tack on some more points before halftime.
And the Cougars come out as they have early, and the way they've scored their touchdown, they come out with Hollis wide out to the left, and they have White, Parker, and Stigall in the backfield in the wishbone formation. So we see what they do here. They've been running sweeps to the both sides of the field, and again they stick it up the middle. Fumbled by Parker, and it looked like Parker has fumbled. He fumbled the ball, and it looked like he had it, but he just tried to run instead of falling on it, and the ball goes to Hebron Christian.
Yeah, that's just a tough break for the Cougars. So right now they're sort of playing here, you giving the ball back and forth to each other. Hebron come up with the interception and gave the ball back to the Cougars with the penalty, and now the Cougars get the fumble there and give it right back to Hebron.
Well, Adam, we said that they have had breaks that yet they seem like they can't capitalize. I guess that right there was another example of what can happen when they do get breaks but just don't capitalize on them. They fumble the ball. Like last week against Central Home, they had a great run back by Tyler Parker around the 15-yard line, and the very next play they fumbled the ball that cost them, I guess you could say it cost them maybe a score. So we have 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the first half as they try to come out of the Cougars defense, and they stuff Horn up the middle, and he looks like he gains maybe 3 yards. So the Cougars defense still doing a great job tonight.
Yeah, they want to keep it up here. They want to not let Hebron score here because Hebron will get the ball back starting off the second half. So Hebron's got to take and try to put some points on the board, but Cougars really want to hold them here, as I believe they have a late check-in here for the Cougars. Might be a little too many men on the field.
Out of what it was play before, they had 10 men on the field, so they were able to stuff the ball up with just 10 men on the field. Oh, great play in the backfield by Rusty Stigall with a great stick. Back there around maybe the 15-yard line, a big loss and a big hit by Rusty Stigall.
Yeah, you just got to get nervous when you see number 31 running for you, especially when you got the ball. Because when he puts a lick on you, it's not going to be an easy one. It's going to be a big hit, as we just saw there. He's already had 3 or 4 big hits already in the ball game, which, as I said, he just does that every game, in and out.
Stigall always has a nose for the ball. He's around it. He's the one that gives the stunts for the defense, just rushes in toward the quarterback, rushes in for the receivers, for the running back in the backfield. And that time he just was able to get a good penetration, get the backfield, and stop Hebron Christian for a big loss. Hebron Christian comes out 2 wide to the right and 3 to the left. So let's see what they run in this situation. They run a screen pass and just drop it, pick back up, and still look like they maybe gained maybe 2 yards out of the play. It was a drop pass, but again, it was a screen pass and thrown behind the line of scrimmage, so it can be advanced. Again, Stigall on the tackle and Pepper Watts in with him. So Cougars doing a great job on defense tonight.
Yeah, Cougars are, especially you figure the lineup they just had, where they just had 3 guys on the line of scrimmage, might confuse the Cougars, but it didn't. The Cougars did a good job of sticking with their players and really taking it sort of a man-to-man style to that, which is what you got to do when you spread the field out that much, and stopping the play.
We have 4th down and around a short 11 yards, but like they were punting deep in their own territory. You have Stafford, a good long punt, and you have Hollis back, not Hollis, but you have Josh Hamilton back to receive. Hamilton gets the ball and runs it up to about the 41, 42-yard line. So you have 1st and 10 with 31 seconds to go in the first half for the Cougars.
So the Cougars did a good job of defense that time, holding Hebron off the scoreboard. If they can just run out the clock and go into halftime with this 13-point lead, the Cougars would be happy with their performance here in the first half and like to carry it over on into the second half.
Adam, we've seen tonight, it looks like Hebron Christian has really not had too much really positive things on offense. A couple of big runs here, but a couple of big runs there. But the really thing that set up their big score was that interception return down around the 10-yard line, just set them in great field position and easy chance to score. Cougars come out here and they look like they're in a long shotgun formation, and they have 4 men here to the right. and pass over the middle and is almost picked off. So Chandler again throws into coverage instead of going to the outside, which it looks like he should go to the outside, Adam.
I tell you what, Pepper Watts was so wide open that time. The only person that might have had a chance to tackle him that time would be somebody coming off the sidelines, but Chandler didn't see him a little too late as he tried to go over the middle. That's a dangerous pass because that's where all the coverage was that time for Hebron.
We look like it again here. Look like they're going for try to go for the pass and try to get something going. I mean, why not? You have a little comfortable lead. I guess you have a opportunity to try to put some more points on the board and take a couple more risks. Again, they go 4 wide out to the right and 1-man single to the left. The blitz, and he is fumbled, and it is like it is picked up, and Chandler takes a big hit from the blind side. I'm not for sure if that was Stafford coming in or maybe number 55. Let's see who that was. It was just a big blindside hit. Chandler never saw it coming.
Yeah, it looked like his arm was in forward motion that time as number 55 was Cooley. But as you said, that fumble, so right there was another breakdown by the Cougars. They got to step up big with 19 seconds to go here until halftime. Looked like they should have just tried to be happy with the lead they had instead of going for the big plays, taking run out the clock, and go in with this 13-point lead in halftime.
Hebron brings the ball in around the 31-yard line. Horn backs around the pass and is almost picked off by Josh Hamilton. As again, he has his hand on it. And Adam, we've seen just like in the first game against Kemper, Hamilton had an interception, and he's around the ball. He does a great job on defense. He just seems to be around the ball in the secondary.
Yeah, he's got good speed and good breakdown speed. As he said, he's got a nose for the ball, and he can get there quick. As he said, he's almost had a lot of interceptions. He had one in the scrimmage game and a long run back for at least 60 yards. So the Cougars got a good secondary. They just gotta stop giving up the big plays, and especially tighten up here with 13 seconds to go.
We talk about their secondary, and there's another pass that's deep, and it looks like it is caught with 3 seconds to go. They call the play down, and the clock is stopped. Like it's down to maybe the 4 or 5 yard line. Around the goal line, looks like maybe the 1 or 2 yard line. So timeout is called with 3 seconds to go by Hebron Christian. It looked like maybe it was last week. 2 guys had their hands on it, one from the defense, one from the offense, and just offense was able to bring it in.
Yeah, the offense wrestled it away that time as they brought it down to the 1. That was number 45 on the reception for Hebron that time. He did a good job of fighting the ball loose. Number 45 being Harpo. So he did a good job that time bringing the ball down to the 1 yard line. And this is what we talked about, the breakdowns for the Cougars. They might have been able to run the clock out going into halftime with a 13-point lead, but 3 seconds to go, and they're on the 1 yard line. And one name comes up to mind right here. It's a big man in the backfield rumbling in here. It's going to be hard to stop him in the backfield.
Of course, you have to look to get the ball. 3 seconds to go, you can't try to run it outside and maybe gain because Cougars do have some speed on the outside. They have to look to just pound the ball up the middle, try to get a score right before halftime. And it is given in to Stafford, and he just basically walks in for the touchdown. Or did he have the ball? Adam, I really didn't see what happened on that play.
I didn't either. Stafford sort of turned around and looked at it. I thought he might have fumbled the ball, but I don't believe he had it that time. And that's what we was talking about. I believe just Stafford just opened up the way that time for the Cougars and let the quarterback run in behind him and take it in. But that makes your score 13-20. And so instead of a 13-point lead, they go by the best they can go in now with a 7 if they can take and block the PAT.
We're upcoming with a PAT, and there's a snap, and the kick is wide right, so it'll be no good. And we will end the halftime with the score 20-13. Your Calhoun Academy Cougars over Hebron Christian Academy.
To the halftime show. This is our junior cheerleader squad, 4th through 6th grade, performing at this time. Grade. presenting 4th through 6th grade will be the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Let's have a round of applause for them.
And we're back here getting ready to start off the second half of the game for the Calhoun Academy Cougars. We have like Kevin Fleming back to kick off and like Shane Stafford back to receive the kicks. Again, the Academy has allowed a touchdown right before the half to really, I guess, negate the momentum they had going at them.
Yeah, they did something like that last week. Of course, I was in Houston last week, but that's what I heard people talking about, that they let one of the kicks, one of the scores go late towards halftime last go.
Looked like we had maybe looked like a holding, but referees are down there again and everything. So a great run out to about the 46-yard line. Justin White, main Cougar, in on the tackle. So Hebron comes out with a good field position to start off the second half at around the 46-yard line.
Yeah, they have momentum on their side right now. Cougars need to come up with a big stop and sort of get momentum back going their way.
We have Stafford in the backfield, give in to Lancaster, and he is tackled by a committee of Caleb Winfield, Jeremy Smith, and Pepper Watts. Again, it looks like they're not able to get around the outside of the speed of the Cougars, just keeping up and catching up with the offense going outside of Hebron.
Yeah, that's one thing this Cougar defense is. They're strong. They're quick on the outside, strong in the middle, which is sort of balanced each other out. So the Cougars are doing a pretty good job on going to the outside and containing the runners from getting to the outside and sort of clogging up the middle.
So we come in with like a third down and is give in and is kept by Horn, and he is tackled Looked like it to be number 72, Brandon Lofton, 61, Cody Gaskin, and again, Jeremy Smith in on the tackle, and again, looked like a loss of about a yard, so to bring up third down and about 15 to go. So 2 great defensive stops in by the Cougars at the beginning of the second half.
Yeah, that's what they need. They need to take and just come in and establish their defensive ground and take and carry it on to offense and get momentum back on their side here in the second half.
It'll be third down at 15 as Hebron Christian comes to the line of scrimmage. Horn drops back to pass. Like a man coming down the field, and his pass toward the middle of the field and is incomplete. Pepper Watts done a great job of turning his head and getting in between the ball and the defender and help knocking the ball away.
Yeah, you also got to give a lot of credit to Pepper. Of course, we said he had an off-season injury. I believe lost some of the vision in his eye, so he's doing a really good job. He's already had 1 reception tonight, sort of come out of the middle of nowhere to catch that one. He did a good job on defense there as he was able to bat that one away at the last second.
We have, looked like maybe Stafford in to maybe punt. Well, we have Josh Hamilton in to receive the punt as if they're going for it. Looked like they would go for it. Again, so 4th and 15, or maybe they'll try to draw offside, but a long way to go for the first down for Hebron Christian. And they do drop back for the pass, and a good pass rush, and Cody Gaskin is stuck in and helped flush him out, and a great play by Cody Gaskin, like Brandon Lofton in, looked like Brandon Lofton in on the sack, but Cody Gaskin helped flush him out. It's a great inside rush by Cody Gaskin.
Yeah, he just used his big side to cut towards the quarterback that time. That's the only thing he had on his mind. As soon as he snapped the ball, he got on all cylinders and went after him. They did a good job that time for the Cougars to come up with the big 4th down stand.
So Cougars will get the ball at their own 39-yard line, at Hebron Christian's 39-yard line, and trying to come in, maybe score a touchdown, get the momentum a little bit back in their favor. They have the great defensive stand. That's what they can do on offense. They come back into the wishbone formation. One back out, one receiver out to the left, and White's into the motion. We have a penalty flag. So what the official decision is going to be. Like it's going to be maybe, say, offsides against, it is offside against Hebron Christian Eagles. 1st and 5, so that's again another good break for the Cougars that keeps them going on down the field.
But one thing they've got to do is take advantage. We said that all night. They've taken advantage early in this ball game, a few Hebron mistakes, but they had a lot of chances late to go here towards the end of the first half to take advantage to go ahead even more. But the Cougars have got to come out strong and take advantage of Hebron's mistakes and sort of build on this lead. As we said, Hebron can put up a lot of points on the board, and the Cougars' lead was 13, trimmed down to 7. So the Cougars have got to come in and put some points on the board.
They come out again and back on a receiver out to the left and wishbone formation, and White out to the White rushes out. Chandler keeps the ball and cuts back. Looks like he has a little yardage, and Chandler cuts back in the field, and he cuts back again with a great run. So Chandler uses the momentum of the Eagles defense and cuts back against the grain with a gain of about 20 yards down to about say 14-yard line. So we have Eagles down on the field. Just give us a moment. We'll get the name of the Eagles.
As we said there, good run by Josh Chandler as he's able to use the momentum of the Hebron Eagles against him to cut across grain. But the key thing he done at that time when he ran the ball was once he did cut across grain, he was able to run back to where his blockers were and follow them to pick up an additional 5 yards. So good, smart run by Josh Chandler. And really what we're seeing out of him is sort of a quarterback maturing right before our eyes. As we said, he come out and started maybe the second half of last season and sort of shaky starting off the season this year, as I believe it's going to be number 20 or maybe 28 down on the field for Hebron as they're looking at his knee. So let's hope the best for this young man that he's able to get up and walk on his own power. But all the trainers are out from both Calhoun and Hebron. But as we said, that's a good run that time by Josh Chandler.
It does look like one of the Eagles, he's down. It looks like he's hurting pretty good. And I guess while we do have a little time, we can run off a couple of sponsors here for tonight's game. We have Buck's One Stop with Buck and Lisa Langford as the owners in Calhoun City. We have Custom Coverage Insurance in Bruce, Fred Pharmacy Stores, Bruce, Calhoun City, and Vardaman. Weeks Big Star, proud opportunity to serve you for the past 28 years in Bruce. Merchants and Farmers Bank in Bruce, Alexander's Full Service Station in Calhoun City, and TDS Telecom Incorporated, providing their customers with the latest in telecommunications. Well, we're here. It is 9 minutes and 54 seconds to go in the third quarter, and we're at a break. And look like they are carrying Horn off the field. It doesn't look good when they have to carry a player off the field, Adam.
No, it don't. That's a real blow right there to the Hebron offense. That's one of their main guys whenever Stafford wasn't running the ball. So Horn goes out. So we hope the best for him that he's able to return, if not this ball game, but later on in the season, that he'll be able to play some more. Maybe it's not as serious as it looks.
Adam, we do wish every kid out here that, opportunity to just be healthy and everything, keep their season going, but eventually do have a injury like that, and they have a end around, and it looks like Josh Hamilton has come an end around, and we see what the spot looks like. It's a spot around the 1 yard line, and a great block. I'm not sure who had the block, but it was just a great block around the end. So we have another player down for the Eagles, and he's hurting a little bit. And with that player down, we will take another break. You're watching Cougar football on WO7BN. 9 minutes and 32 seconds to go, and Cougars are knocking on the goal line doors, and they come out in the wishbone formation. Chandler into the center, and it is given in like it is a touchdown. Whoa, the fumble. Well, they do rule it a touchdown. The touchdown, I really didn't see who had the ball. Like it may have been 31, Rusty Stigall. Rusty Stigall looked like coming in for the score, and the ball just popped out, but it was a touchdown ruled by the officials. So Cougars put another touchdown in as they will go for the 2-point conversion here. Cougars have done just a great job in basically running off tackle and sweeping the ball around the end the whole night.
Yeah, they have a wide variety in their offensive attack. Only thing they're lacking is a kicker, in the field goal range. And if they had that, that'd be a solid team this year. They got solid defense, a solid offense when they get rolling, as we're seeing them do tonight.
Chandler's back up on the center in wishbone formation again. So White steps out in motion, is give in. Fake out, Chandler keeps it, and he is dropped down again. The second time tonight they've called that play on 2-point conversion, and Chandler's not able to get around the end as Hebron just had great defensive pursuit and able to get back to the quarterback. It is 9 minutes and 27 seconds to go in the third quarter, and the Cougars lead 26-13. Adam, we've seen tonight the Cougars have been able to just keep the ball rolling and keep the momentum going. We've seen a few times that the drive been stalled, maybe a fumble or some penalties, but otherwise, Cougars done a great job of just moving successfully down the field.
Yeah, they've done a great job keeping the ball on the ground. It's a key thing. They've put it up in the air a few times. They really haven't been successful through the air tonight, as we got to watch out for flying frisbee once again. Already got taken out one time tonight, but they've done a good job on the ground attack tonight.
We're getting ready for the kickoff here. Again, the kickoff duties will go to Kevin Fleming. And back deep for Hebron Christian Eagles will be Shane Stafford. The Cougars leading 26-13. They get the cushion back up again to 13 points. And Cougars' momentum looks pretty good at this point. A punt goes away, and it'll run down, and it drop, and Stafford picks it up about the 4-yard line and just runs it around, and cuts back up toward the middle, and it's stuck by Brandon Lofton. So a great kick by Kevin Fleming, and it pins the Hebron Christian Eagles again deep down in their own territory.
I'll tell you what, you look who come off last off that pop right there. Brandon Lofton put a great shot on Stafford, and Stafford's still on the ground, so to give credit to Lofton, he's a big guy himself, but he's not as physical as Stafford is, but Lofton just bowed up and put Stafford down that time.
Stafford up looked like he's favoring maybe his left leg, so we really don't know the status of him right now, but we don't know if he's had any kind of knee injury. I'm not sure. I think I read last year he had some kind of knee injury maybe in his knee, but Stafford goes to the sideline, so that's another little blow for their offense right there as Hebron Christian comes up first down and 10 from about the, say, 14-yard line. So let's see what they can run here. We have a new quarterback in. Number 11, Will Steen. So Steen brings the Hebron Christians up to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. Again, a great inside, and he keeps it the middle as it's. And who runs the ball? Looks like Lancaster has the ball. Lancaster he just busted through the line of scrimmage on that. It was just a great run.
Yeah, he just got full speed from the get-go and was able to get past the line of scrimmage. Had a good piece of running room that time till the Cougars finally chased him down. But right now is the time the Cougars really want to take a big defensive stand. They don't want to give up any points right now with 2 of the key players for Hebron out of the ball game. It looks like Stafford may have a leg cramp over there on the sidelines. He's getting it stretched out. And as we saw earlier, Horn going out looked like with a knee injury.
We have maybe a 6, maybe a 7-yard gain on the play by Lancaster. Hebron Christian comes up the line of scrimmage, has a give inside, and it looks like it goes for nowhere to Lancaster, maybe a yard. So it'll bring up 3rd down and say maybe a long 3. So Cougars defense again stepping up. So let's see what they can do again here on 3rd down.
Of course, this is a possession down right here. Looks like 3rd down and maybe 4 or 5 to go. We'll say a short 4 to go for the Eagles. But right here is the big possession down for the Cougars. They want to get a stop right here and be able to try to force them to punt.
Steen brings it up to the line of scrimmage for the Eagles. Give in. Steen keeps around the outside, and he is stuffed at the outside and looked like he maybe lost a yard. So bring up about 4th down and about 5 for the Eagles. Well, with Stafford out, who's been doing the kicking duties tonight, we have to see what their special team is going to do now without Stafford in there right now.
Of course, they've gambled a couple of times and went for it on 4th down, but you have to think right now the way the Cougar defense is standing up, it's going to be hard to get this 4th down. Of course, you know, they could go for a fake punt or something, but it'd be interesting to see what the Eagles choose to do here.
Well, the Eagles are pinned back deep in their own territory, so a little risky play would be going for it, but it looked like, Adam, it looked like they are. It looks like they have no fear. They have a little bit of confidence in their offense, and they're going to try to go for the 1st down.
And you don't blame them. You know, all it is take one big open play, but it's not there. And that's going to be Jeremy Smith coming in from behind, tackle for a loss on number 7, the ball carrier that time. Cougar defense comes up big once again.
Adam, we have seen, I know you and I saw the first game that Smith and Winfield done a great job just getting penetration in the backfield and able to bring down the quarterback and the running backs. And tonight they're doing another great job just able to penetrate the offensive line, just getting back there and just causing all kind of trouble for the running backs of the Hebron Christian.
I'll tell you what, I usually like to keep track of players I like for the all-area TV7 team. And there's 4 kids already on this Cougars team that I'm liking. I'm liking Smith, Winfield, Stigall, and Tyler Parker. You know, if Cougars can keep their winning ways here and play behind those 4 guys, they're key to go have a good season.
Cougars do have a couple of young folks, and there's a screen pass out to Hamilton on the side, and he cuts it back and gets a gain up to about to maybe 11-yard line, 10 or 11-yard line, so a pickup of about 6, maybe 7 yards. Call it about 6 yards, so it'll be 2nd down. We'll say about 4 yards, be 2nd down about 6. So they're around knocking on the door for another touchdown.
And that right now is what they would love to see. They go ahead and pick up this another touchdown and maybe get the 2-point conversion to go up in the ball game. And as we said, their lead's back up to 13, so the Cougars trying to spread out that lead a little bit more, get a little bit more cushion on that 13-point lead.
Well, Adam, we saw a while ago when they did get a lead, they just kind of played a little, I guess, necessarily playing not to lose because they just wind up not necessarily putting a nail in it. They took a couple of key players out and just let the other players just try to play, and then Eagles able to claw their way back. But that time a pass from Chandler to Brown, and Brown was able to squirt through a couple of the defensive players and get a good game.
Yeah, another player, you know, has to be impressed with is player Jeremy Brown. He had a great preseason. You know, we keep harping on this, but he's one of those type of guys. He's going to go up and get the ball if it's thrown in his area. He's going to give that second effort to get the ball if he don't get it the first time. So Dudley's one of those good, strong players, both on the offense. Plays a little on defense, but when he does, he's a key factor out there on the field along with the rest of the guys.
Chandler under the center and Steve all alone setback. They drop back again, and Chandler runs around, and it is sacked. Sacked in there by Lancaster, so a loss of about, say, 7 yards for Chandler. So it'll bring up 1st and goal from about the say 10-yard line, 11-yard line. So that time right there, they looked like they were trying to run maybe a little boot for the quarterback out, but Lancaster did a great job of getting in the backfield and sacking the quarterback.
Yeah, sort of a naked bootleg that time. They didn't have nobody on the line pick up that key block that time, as Lancaster was able to get back there pretty quick. But you have to think, the way the Cougars have been successfully running the ball out of the wishbone, they should stick to that and just take it forcing in the end zone like they have all night.
Again, they do a little unorthodox. They've been running the ball great all night, and they come in and pay. There's a little sweep out to the outside to Stegall, and Stegall takes it outside and gives a good lick and comes down around the maybe 7-yard line, 8-yard line. Say around the 6-yard line, looks like. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 yards to go for the touchdown. And it looks like the Cougars, like it'll be officials' timeout. So we will take a break also. You're watching Cougar football on WO7BN. And we are back to action here, and Cougars coming into formation. We have White, the lone setback in the backfield. Chandler under center, 3rd down and 6. We have Brown in motion. Chandler drops back for the pass. And touchdown, Chandler in to Tyler, to Pepper Watts for the touchdown, 6-yard touchdown pass from Chandler to Watts. We've talked about him trying to run the ball for a touchdown, but well, you pass the ball and get a touchdown. I guess it worked.
Hey, 6 points to 6 points. Either you get in the air or on the ground, but Chandler did a good job that time, sort of throwing a sidearm pass. But the key thing he did, he threw off the back foot. That's one thing we talked about him doing. He throws off the front foot, but he threw off the back foot, got good leverage and a good arm on him that time. Able to hit Pepper right in stride for the 6.
So Cougars again come up for the 2-point conversion. Leading here, let's see, it's going to be 32-13 right at the moment. They're looking to give Tyler Parker around, and Parker's running in, and he has the 2-point conversion. So it will bring his score up to 34-13 with 3 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Well, as they're getting ready for the kickoff, we will take a break. You're watching Cougar football on TV7. And we are back looking for the kickoff here from Kevin Fleming. Fleming has done a great job of kicking the ball down deep for the Cougars tonight. We have Stafford back in the game, deep to receive, and a kick goes out away from Stafford. And again, it just runs down and runs down and runs down, and Stafford finally dives on the ball there around the 17-yard line. But I tell you what, that right there, it could have went either way. That ball could have been recovered by the Cougars again for a fumble.
I think if number 15 for the Cougars would have been paying attention, he could have beat out Stafford for that ball. That Stafford sort of lollygagging around to get to it. I don't know what Stafford was really thinking that time, but the Cougars doing a good job of kicking the ball away from Stafford, and he's not hustling out to get the ball.
Well, I tell you what, that was a heads-up play by Stafford. I guess at the last minute he realized that if he didn't get it, it was going to be Cougars' ball. So we have a timeout on the field, and I will run off a list of the sponsors. We have Parker Brothers Trucking in Derma, West Motors in Calhoun City, Bonnie's Pageant and Formal Wear in Bruce Telephone Company, local owned and operated, Step Saver Pharmacy, Andy Step and staff in Bruce Furniture Industry, a Klausner Company, and Hunter's Hollow in Oxford. Well, Adam, we've seen here tonight that looks like, I don't know, it looks like to me that the Hebron Christian took a couple of gambles on 4th down instead of punting the ball and going for it, and that right there gave the Cougars a good opportunity to put some points on the board.
That, and they almost took him, looked like almost on that play right there, Stafford had given up on it, like, oh, well, I can just get down the ball and pick it up. And the Cougars, if they would have been on top of their game, would have ran down there and covered that one up. It would have been a good job by the Cougars that time. But as we said, Hebron can put a lot of points on the board quickly, but Hebron really hadn't been able to get in their offense tonight. And the Cougars are taking advantage, like we said, it's the key thing they do, take advantage of Hebron mistakes.
Well, Hebron comes up in the single backs formation. We have Stafford in the backfield and Steen still at quarterback. A little option, a little sweep out to the right to Stafford, and he is hit, and he drags. Cougars doing a good job of swarming to the ball. He was hit in the backfield, was able to gain a couple of yards, so that was a great run by Stafford. And Stafford looks like he is down around the sideline. Adam, is he just tired, maybe cramping up, or just, what do you think?
I don't know. Caleb Winfield put a shot on his knee, like Coach Wingate had told him to. Take his legs out from under him, and Winfield just come flying in there and just clipped his legs right out from under him. So that's a good job by Winfield. Hopefully, you know, you don't like to see a good player like Stafford go down like that. But as I said, if I had problems cramping up, it looked like he's holding his leg up, stretching it out. But I really can't tell from this far off what they're doing to him. It looks like they might be trying to stretch his leg out as he's cramping once again.
Well, Adam, we've seen tonight, it is really hot, and I guess the kids out here, Cougars are like they're in pretty good shape. We've seen a few guys over here on the sideline maybe getting their legs stretched and maybe keeping loose and everything, maybe getting away from the cramps, but Hebron has had a couple guys maybe cramping up and everything, and we've seen Horn leave the ball game with a little with the injury, and we hope he's doing well. But I guess the heat will basically bother anybody.
That is true. It's actually getting to me up here. I have been under the weather this whole week and sort of recuperating from it, and it's gotten really hot up here. As we got a guy with us from Hebron, he's talking about how hot it is too over here. But that's one thing about Mississippi, right? You just got to deal with the heat, and either you're used to it or you're not. And you know, it'd be nice if we get a rain here in a little bit, as you know, some of them tater farmers out in Vardaman would like to get one. Of course, we'd like to say good luck to the Rams tonight, who's taking on Coldwater in Vardaman, and also we got Calhoun City and Bruce playing each other. Last I heard, that score was 2-0, Bruce's favor. So, of course, we hadn't heard a report on Vardaman. So, as we say, good luck to them. And Vardaman, you know, they're a good touted team this year, but it's just going to be conditioning. It's going to be hot all the way through the season. Maybe towards the end of the season, it might cool off to be halfway decent weather. But, you know, down here in Mississippi, I remember one time when I was at State, it was 92 in December. So that's whenever, you know, you've got to suck it up and play and get conditioned.
Well, Adam, I read in the paper earlier this week that in the public school they were talking about maybe pushing back the season for the next year to maybe a week later, but I think they disregarded that and just going to keep on with the schedule they're going. But really, that wouldn't be a bad decision. The way it's been so hot in August for the guys out here. But we come back to action as Hebron Christian comes up the line of scrimmage and back to pass, and that ball is incomplete. Steen throws it out to, looks like it's number 7. We'll get your name on it right here, to Easter. It goes incomplete with Tyler Parker out there on the coverage. But right now, without Horn and without Stafford, the Eagles look a little weaker on offense.
That is true, and I'm trying to see Horn or Stafford on the sideline. I don't really see either one of them. Of course, you know, you hope the best for both of them, especially Horn, as he had to be carried off the field. Leave Stafford just cramping up. But 34-13 is your score with 2:47 to go here in the third.
It brings up about 3rd down and 9 for Hebron Christian. They bring a guy out the outside and just runs up the middle, and again is stuffed, and maybe a loose ball. We'll see what the call is. And it is a fumble recovered, and the Cougars do have the ball out around maybe the 25-yard line.
Caleb Winfield.
Number 20, Caleb Winfield on the fumble recovery. So Cougars again doing a great defensive stop and looking, I guess, just to add the points and add the points.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. They just want to take advantage now. I keep saying it. I don't want to sound like I'm harping on it, but the Hebron team has been known to put up a lot of points in the ball game. They put it up quick. They have good, fast receivers. Horn was their best quarterback, but they do have a good backup, quality quarterback. So, as we said, if Hebron ever get in that flow of the offense, give credit to the Cougar defense. They come out and played huge in this ball game.
Cougars come out in a wishbone set. We have Jesse Turner, looks like Pepper Watts and Rusty Stegall with Josh Hamilton out wide, and is pitching there to Pepper Watts, and Pepper Watts cuts it back in, and he has a little hole out past up to around the 19-yard line. So good run in there by Pepper Watts, and again, great blocking up by the line.
Yeah, Jesse Turner that time just lowered his head, and anything wearing white he was going to take and put on the ground, as he did a good job opening up the hole that time for Pepper Watts.
Well, Adam, Jesse Turner, he wasn't there for the first game. He just joined the team, I think, the second game. But he's like a spark plug. He just really gets out there, and he's real intense and just enjoys playing.
So he's one of these kids that's out here for the love of the game. You know, he just likes to get out here, hit somebody. That's all. I remember talking to him. He said he don't care if he rushes for how many yards or if he even touches the ball. He'll brag about taking and hitting somebody quicker than if he would if he scored 6 touchdowns in a ball game.
We have a quarterback sneak in there by Chandler, and Chandler gets maybe about 4 yards down to about the 21-yard line. So it pushes the ball on up there. It looks like it'd be a third down and about a long 2, maybe 3 yards to go for the Cougars. But the Cougar offensive line has just really controlled the game. They've pushed around the Eagles defensive line and just created some holes and created some gaps for the running backs to run through.
I tell you what, that, and if you're scouting off this tape, if you're another team, it's going to be possibly impossible for a scout off this tape right here, because the Cougars have run a little bit of everything in different situations.
We have another interception on the field. It's like number 40, not for sure, 44. 45 on the interception, Harple, so that brings it down. So another interception, but this time it's not in the favor of the field position for Hebron Christian. They're down around 1, maybe 2, look like maybe 2-yard line, so deep in their own territory, and they really don't have their 2 best guys in the backfield to help them out. So Steen brings them up to the line of scrimmage. They just try to bust the ball out, and he is just really stuffed. Look like Jeremy Smith in there on the tackle, and looks like Tyler Parker. So Cougars doing a great job on the interior part of the defense, and not just on the interior part, but just running down the running backs on the outside of Hebron.
Yeah, let's go back to the fact that they have strength in the middle, and along with speed with Jeremy Smith and speed on the outside. Players like Tyler Parker and Pepper Watts and Rusty Stegall, they've got great speed to run players down and try to get to the outside, which has been a good example of tonight. But give credit to this Cougar team. They come out, they was pumped up for this ball game. They've heard all the hype about how people saying Stafford's going to run over you. He's a big, strong, physical player. They come out and answer the bell tonight. You know, they was tired of going 0-2. They want to come out and get the win. As there's a big hit that time by Tyler Parker as he brought down Stafford, as he did what he wanted to, hit him in the shoes.
Exactly. That's what they've been, I guess, trying to do. As Adam said earlier, the coaches just stressed to him all week, you cannot face this guy just head up. You have to go for his leg, just get him off his feet, because he's big and strong and he's physical, and he will run over you.
Yeah, that's true. Teams in the past, I'm not talking about the guys in a bad way, but they would want to come out to prove the point that, hey, I'm stronger than this guy. We'll take and tackle him head up. And a guy like Stafford, you're not going to do that. As that rounds out the third quarter, your score is 32-13, as we'll be back with the fourth and final quarter of action from Billy D. Cook Field.
And we are back here starting just the beginning of the fourth quarter. Hebron Christian is still backed up. It is third down and looks like maybe 7 yards to go, a long 6 yards to go. And the ball is kept in and is run up the middle like Lancaster maybe on the carry. Now Steen on the carry as he runs up Tyler Parker on the tackle. So they run the ball up. But it was Lancaster on the carry, and Tyler Parker has done another great job of just sticking his nose in there and getting the tackle. So it'll be fourth down, and they're deep in their own territory. It looks like fourth down and about 2, maybe a long 2. So they are in punt formation with Josh Hamilton back to receive and Shane Stafford back to kick for the Hebron Christian. So let's see what they do. They've been going for it all night. Just wonder if they'll have a fake here. Here it is, and there's a snap to Stafford, and he is a pretty good kick right to Josh Hamilton. Hamilton takes it on the outside, just runs in there, but still it's just a great run back. Another good run by Josh Hamilton. He's done a great job. He's just a sophomore, but he's done a great job of basically playing defense and doing a good job on the special team for the Cougars.
Yeah, he has. He's been able to get the ball and hold on to it and just get what little bit of yardage he can out of it, as he did a good job of running that time. We have another cramp down on the field for number 33. It sounded like there was a shot on the field that time by one of the Hebron players, but lucky he only hit his own player, as number 33 is coming off the field cramping pretty bad as he's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. And we have another one down towards the goal line. So Hebron Eagles are falling everywhere. It looks like they might just need to get a few salt tablets in their system for a ball game, as that Stafford coming out once again with leg cramps.
We have number 33 also going out. Looked like he wanted to stay in the game, looked like, but the official, I guess, made him go off. But he's still in pain over there with them leg cramps. Them things can be very bad for you. That was Harmon going out, and he's still on the sideline over there with the leg cramps. Cougars come in with the ball at the 39-yard line. So 1st and 10 with 11 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. From the 39-yard line, Chandler under center, and is give in to, like I thought it was give in to Rusty Stegall, the option to Pepper Watts. Pepper Watts breaks it and stays on his feet. I tell you what, Pepper Watts still does a great job of just, he's small, but he does a great job keeping his feet going, and just, he's really, looks like he's hard to tackle.
Yeah, he is. He's low to the ground, so it's going to be hard to get down to a guy like that. He's a physical player, too. But credit Josh Chandler that time. He held on the ball as long as he could before he got the hit and optioned it off. As you said, most players were going for Rusty that time, which really opened up the play. First down for the Cougars.
Well, Adam, I thought the play was going. It looked like Stegall had just a good little hole up the middle, but they gained a great many yards, just optioning around the end, going outside with it. Chandler's back up under center. You have looks like Hamilton on one side and Jeremy Brown on the other, and it's like Chandler still keeps it again. And another option to Tyler Parker, and Tyler Parker runs out through there, breaks a couple of tackles, and he keeps going on his feet and looks like a touchdown. Tyler Parker, I don't see any flags on the field, and I'll tell you what, it's another touchdown. Tyler Parker did a great job of breaking tackles and getting himself in the end zone. Adam, I guess it gets toward the fourth quarter, we can start talking about maybe a player for the game. And number 11, Tyler Parker, I guess he's done a great job, and to me, he gets one of my picks for player of the game.
I'll tell you what, we usually don't name him this early in the ball game, but go ahead and give it to Tyler. He's done it on both ends of the field, offensively and defensively. He's did a good job. He's a little guy, way outmatched by Stafford. He's brought him down more than not every time on the field. But the Cougars really relied on Parker, as we're going to have a first time PAT right here by Kevin Flemings. Or it's going to be, looks like Jonathan Stegall.
So we see a PAT. Let's see what we can do here. I've not seen this earlier today as a fumble snap. Tyler Parker, well, there again, he takes it in for the two-point conversion. So Tyler Parker in for the two-point conversion. So the score goes up to, looks like maybe 42-13 as the Cougars just piling on the points here against Hebron Christian.
You know, and they're really not running the score up on this team. I mean, they've got the breaks that they have always gotten and hadn't been able to take advantage of. And this Hebron team, give them credit. They've come out early in the ball game. They was highly touted coming into this ball game. 2-0 in the year first ball game, I believe it was 58-6 the final score, with Stafford rushing for 180 yards. Second ball game, 27-6. So their defense stepped up and played big when they needed to. But there's no one here tonight. The Cougars are just overpowered this Hebron team, and this is what you like to see out of Calhoun Academy, and what we should see on down the road. They got two tough breaks, lost on the opening season with losing to 5 to Kemper and 5 to Central Holmes. So I tell you what, this team right here is primed up. Maybe this is all they need to roll on through the season. Preseason, I picked them to go 6-4, and you know, two of the teams I picked them to lose to, I picked them to lose to Kemper and Central Holmes, but you know, they really shouldn't have lost those ball games. And I picked them to win this one here. And that on down the line, they've got Strider, and they travel to Humphreys next week, which has always been a traditional power in Academy football. So we'll see what the Cougars can do way down south.
Well, I tell you what, the Cougars have done a great job tonight. Last week they did a great job, and they had plenty of opportunities to win the game. They just had a few mental breakdowns and mistakes that just cost them the ball game. But they were in the opportunity to go ahead and win that game because they had some momentum. They created turnovers and get themselves in position. But tonight, they've also made a few mistakes, but they capitalized on the mistakes of the Hebron Christian. They've just put the ball in the end zone. I tell you what, I hadn't seen this score in a while from Calhoun Academy. I mean, 42 points, that's good for any team. So Cougars has done a great job tonight. There's another squib kick in there, and Hollis in down on the coverage. And the ball will be down around the 35, 36-yard line. So Hebron Christian will come in the first down and 10 from the 36-yard line.
Yeah, as you say, the Cougars are really taking advantage tonight of the stakes by Hebron. And we've said they need to do that against Kemper and Central Holmes, and they would have won those ball games. So now the Cougars are capitalizing when they want to. Of course, it's their second home game, so it feels good winning here in the county. Of course, we have all of our county teams home, Bruce and City and Bartleman and Coldwater. But as we said, the Cougars are rolling now. 42-13 is the score. As Chris said, it's been a long time since we've seen a score like this. Last to my memory, I want to say was my junior year maybe when they played Frazier here. The final score was 44-0. So it has been a while since we've seen a score like this.
Well, I tell you what, Cougars done a great job on both sides of the field. And there's a quick pass in there, and Tyler Hollis in on a great coverage. I tell you what, it was just a great pass. I mean, quick pass. It's not much you can do, but it was a great coverage for Tyler Hollis.
Exactly, and Tyler's not going to be one of your bigger guys out there. He just did a good job, like he bulldog or DDT'd the guy that time for the tackle. He did a good job, sort of a little WWF motion there. Maybe that's what we'll see some of in the XFL League whenever they start up here in year 2001. But Tyler Hollis, the little guy out there, did a good job of bringing the receiver down that time.
Eagles come back up on offense. It looks like Steen's still in at quarterback. They have Lancaster in behind him, running around, and it's like it is stuffed again. I tell you what, Adam, we have seen Caleb Winfield get in on a lot of tackles just behind the line of scrimmage. That time it was committed Caleb Winfield. Looked like, I'm not really for sure, 61 Cody Gaskin and number 52 Jared Davis just get in the backfield and just stuffed the play for it, ever had a chance to get going.
Yeah, sometimes you wonder if Winfield's not in the backfield once they snap the ball. You know, as you said, he spent most of his time back there, and usually when he's back there, if you're in his area, he's going to bring you down. Winfield doing a good job tonight against this Hebron offensive line.
Hebron brings the ball up. Be a little quick, it'll be a keep out there. And a great play out there, like number 81, Dudley, Jeremy Brown. So, again, bring up another 4th down and long for Hebron Christian. So, the Cougars defense is still, all night, really just has kept the offense of Hebron Christian in bay.
Yeah, they have, and really, I expected this ball game to be a little bit closer. I expected the Cougars maybe to win by 2 or 3 touchdowns. But this ball game really, except for a couple of breakdowns early in the game, hasn't been that close. Their opening play when they had the interception, and there at halftime when the Cougars broke down. Other than that, the Cougars have owned this ball game.
Well, I tell you what, Cougars have done a great job here. It looks like again on 4th down they will go for it. So 2 backs in the backfield, and you have the quarterback in the shotgun formation. So let's see what they can do. Maybe a draw, a quick pass just to get it going. Quarterback drops back and everything. Looks like he's going to set up and throw a little hard pass. And again is intercepted by Josh Hamilton. That is the 2nd interception tonight by Josh Hamilton. So credit him for staying at home and playing great defense.
Yeah, that time Hebron got away with the hold as Cody Gaskin come in and almost waylaid the quarterback right at the last second. The defensive lineman just grabbed him and pulled him down from behind. But either way it goes, the turnover goes for the Cougars. And the Cougars are taking advantage of everything tonight. As he said, a 2nd interception tonight for the Cougars, I believe. 2nd one for Hollis. I believe that's who got it. And we have a timeout called on the field, and we'll take it with them. We'll be back. You're watching Cougar football here on W07BN TV7, Bruce, TV34, Calhoun City.
And we're back to action here. 0:02 left in the 4th quarter. 42-13, Cougars lead, and Cougars with the ball. They set up around the 49-yard line after an interception by Josh Hamilton. So give in to Pepper Watts, and Pepper Watts is up the middle and breaks toward the outside, and it's another good run. I tell you what, Pepper Watts has done a great job tonight running the ball and catching the ball for the Cougars.
And the key thing there, you had linemen down the field blocking. Once Pepper got past the line of scrimmage, they all broke off their guys and went down the field and blocked for him, which enabled him to pick up the 1st down. So the Cougars are executing, and that's one thing they haven't done in the past. They haven't executed on their plays. You got receivers going down the field blocking, and everybody giving that extra effort, which is what it's going to take to win ball games, and to win them big like they are tonight, 42-13, with 7:46 to go here in the ball game.
I guess you look at it at certain parts of the game, and I guess we wonder why Cougars really hadn't run the ball at certain points. It really caused a couple of touchdowns or so for Hebron, but there's Jesse Turner breaking it in the backfield, and he cuts through, and that's a great athletic move by Turner. But I was getting back to the point that Cougars allowed a touchdown, but I guess you just probably really kind of got to instill some confidence in the players, especially with the new type of offense they have. So I guess that's why if you do have some kind of low comfortable lead, you can try a few new things, try to get some confidence in the guy with the new offense.
Yeah, and a player like Jesse Turner just there, he's one of those players, like I said, likes to run over people, likes to be physical, as he just got that quick step off the first handoff and just ran, picked up another 1st down, so there's a big run for Jesse Turner.
Cougars come in set around the 15-yard line, so first down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Coming in with the Cougars, you have Conley out wide along with Jeremy Brown, maybe Josh Hamilton. You have Hollis in the backfield. Chandler under center, and it's give in to Hollis. Hollis finds a little hole, and he is brought back. Hollis maybe a gain of about maybe 3 yards, 2 yards maybe. So I guess Cougars just putting different people in different situations out there and give them a chance to get their hands on the ball.
Yeah, he's letting everybody play every position tonight. The Cougars, when you get a lead like this, you deserve it, and that's when you let players who've really done a good job tonight get a little bit of the glory, as they let Hollis run the ball that time. And he picked up, as you said, at least 3 yards on the play, so the Cougar line still giving them what they need to get. You look at it, 3 yards of carry, that's a first down like every series, so that's what you like to get, 3 or 4 yards of play.
That's true. You get out there and your offensive line, just you give them great surge against the defense, and it's good to see them get their blocks and keep their blocks and just create some holes for them. Again, there's Jesse Turner with the ball, and he is stuck. It's like a gain of maybe 1 yard, and he is stuck in there hard. It's like maybe Stafford in and stuck him up high and just able to bring it back for only a gain of 1 yard.
I tell you what, talking about Turner again, he probably got up laughing about that. He probably loved every minute of that. Of course, Stafford, a big guy right there, but he's a physical player. I keep saying it again. But this Cougar team really tonight's done the job. Everybody's come out and gave that effort. They wanted to come out, they was tired of losing. I mean, you hear that every year, oh, we're tired of losing, we're tired of losing. But this team right here has come out and proved it tonight. They come out and executed when they had to, kept the ball on the ground whenever we expected them to pass, and they've been successful running the ball tonight as they're just trying to run out some of the clock. As you see Jesse Turner with the ball again, taking it up the middle, and he's doing a good job there, just being a physical player and fighting for what yardage he can get.
Looks like he's down around maybe the 5-yard line. Wonder if it's going to be maybe enough for the first down. So looks like it is. Maybe it looks like it is first down. So it'll be first and goal from the 4-yard line for the Cougars. So another great run by Jesse Turner. Well, Adam, I tell you what, we've seen Parker and we've seen Stegall get in there and run the ball. We've seen Watts get in the ball, and Justin White, but Jesse Turner, he's a sophomore, and he's getting in, and like you said, he's not afraid to stick his nose in there. He'll get in there and run the ball and just and enjoys playing.
Yeah, you know, we was talking earlier during the Kipper game how there's Hollis going in for the score, but as we said, they had Justin Ferguson quit the quarterback position. You might think that either the Cougars want to come out and try to get Chandler used to making some completions in the game, or if get somebody in, get a little bit of quarterback action, just in case Chandler was to go down later in the season. That's true.
You got, see, there was another play of putting someone else in that doesn't play that normal position. Hollis usually plays outside one of the receiver positions, and he was in there at running back, and he was able to get it, I guess, get the glory part of the night. He was able to score a touchdown. So, I mean, that's always great to build confidence for a young player. Well, Cougars, again, will go for an extra point try. You have Chandler the snap, Tyler Parker to hold, and Jonathan Stegall to snap. Still, the snap is bobbled. So, I guess, Adam, maybe that's why we hadn't seen any extra points. They still need to work a little bit on that.
Yeah, they got a lot to go working on that part of their game there. But as you said, that's the only down part of the Cougars game tonight. They hadn't been able to get the PAT, but we saw them a while ago, had a fumble snap, and running in for 2 was Tyler Parker. But the Cougars had done a great ball game tonight. 48-13 to score, 4:17 to go. We're going to take a quick break and come back with more action here from Billy D. Cook Field.
Four minutes and 17 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, and it's kickoff there by Flemings, and a good run back. It looked like Dudley was there on the receiving end of a big pop. The running back looked like the returner just run over him, but a good 5-yard gain on the kickoff returns. The Eagles take over the 1st and 10 at about the look like 38, 39-yard line. Adam, we're getting into starting the SEC play this week. We had last night Auburn played against Wyoming. It was a pretty good game. I was able to watch that game, but we're coming up tomorrow. We have some great SEC matchup. We have some great SEC teams and matchups. We have Ole Miss against Tulane, Mississippi State against Memphis, and Alabama travels to UCLA. So we're getting ready to start off the football season for the SEC and the rest of the college.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but did you see that lick in the Auburn game when the guy's helmet just popped off the top? That was unreal. Auburn come out really shocked me. I knew Auburn was going to be good with the running back they had, the transfer. He come out, he did a great job from Auburn. But talking about the SEC action we're going to see tomorrow, I'm not going out to see it. I'm sorry, it's too hot at night to go out and see it, so I'm not going to go out in the middle of the day. I can sit in the comfort of the house. I'll probably come over to your house and watch it for a little while. But we'll see Deuce's first go at the Heisman Trophy. I think that'd be the last go of the Heisman Trophy see Deuce, as they're going to have a pretty tough matchup with Tulane. But Deuce, I wish him the best of luck. He'll probably have a pretty good season against Tulane, but I'm really not looking for him to have too good of a year running it for the Heisman, as Virginia Tech's number 7, I believe, is going to have that wrapped up. As for State in Memphis, as we have a big run here, that's a pretty good shot, but he's staying on his feet. But as for State at Memphis, I'm looking for State to roll there. They have great speed in the receiver, as that was Jeremy Brown putting the shot on the running back that time. And taking another at the receiving end, it was Jeremy Brown. But we're going to see that defense by State coming up to play big again. So we're going to see if they'll have another 10-2 season. Then, of course, we got Alabama at UCLA. I picked Alabama in the paper, but I'm telling you, I'm not too comfortable with that pick. UCLA, I believe they're going to finish in the top 10, if not the top 15 by the end of the season.
I'll tell you, I guess you could say Alabama has had, I don't know, they had some key players that has graduated and left the NFL, and they got some positions they had to fill. So I guess we'll have to see what their team just responds and plays like. But with the rich tradition Alabama has, you know that they're going to come out and do something. Adam, you and I follow Mississippi State a little bit and everything, and we know that Jack Sherrill, I read in the paper, Jack Sherrill still does not have a clear-cut favorite of who's going to be their running back. We still look at their little running back by committee. But Matkins coming in, and Matkins had a great year last year of just leading the team, I guess. And so he's just, I guess, going to try to lead the team again to a great record this year. And you said about Bulldogs' defense, they were ranked number 1 last year in the nation. So they got some big shoes to fill this year.
Yeah, everybody says, well, they lost a lot on defense. We have to look at what they did on defense. Their defensive line, they said they lost a lot, but they switched defense. They was like defensive line by committee. They were taking switch in between possessions to keep their defensive line fresh. I don't know if they're going to be that deep this year, but Dorset Davis, players like that on the defensive line, it's going to still be pretty tough. As for the secondary, it's like you said with Alabama. It's tradition with Alabama being strong. It's tradition with State having a great defense. Offense, maybe they'll be able to improve this year and have a pretty good season.
Well, Ole Miss we're looking at here. Ole Miss is, I've also read in the paper, I guess everybody just hears me saying I read the paper a lot, but I read in the paper and everything about Ole Miss. They seem like they have a lot more depth this year than they did last year. They had a couple of key players in the defensive backfield that just went down with injuries that look like they have a couple of players that can step up this year if injuries do come by. And so we're looking for maybe great things from the SEC schools. And of always, SEC is going to have a rich tradition. They're going to have top schools in the top 25, and maybe every year they have a chance for one of the teams to play for the national championship.
Exactly. Another matchup we got Southern Miss at Tennessee, and that's the tiebreaker in the journals. I pick a team. Of course, I just missed one of mine. I picked City to beat Bruce, but Bruce pulled out the win, 14-6. But I see Tennessee rolling that ball game. Total points of 40 is what I picked. But as I said, Southern Miss is going to be a strong team, as there's a pass down the field, almost intercepted again by the Cougars. But as you said, we'll have a lot of good SEC teams. And you look at the fact that maybe if the SEC, they won't do it, but if they would just all agree to break up the SEC championship and not play each other in their own division, that's what hurts the SEC. Division defeats. Everybody looks at that and knocks them out of the polls. But you got to look, the SEC is by far the hardest conference in college football. But when you come down to it, we had a flag on the play there. I missed the call. It's going to be marked off 10 yards. It's unsportsmanlike conduct against the Cougars. But, if you look at it that way, you're going to have 5-6 teams in the top 10 just being SEC schools. So SEC is going to be strong and just traditionally strong. You got great players saying, well, I want to be an SEC player. That's something you can take pride in saying. I played for Alabama, Ole Miss, State, or somebody like that. Of course, the big matchup on that line I'm looking for is going to be on the 30th when the Gators come to start Vegas.
That will be a good game. I don't think Florida has been to Mississippi State for, I want to say, about 7 years now, maybe back in 93 and 94. So it's going to be a big matchup. We all know that that Florida's real good in their offensive attack and everything, and State's good on the defensive side of the ball. So it should be a good matchup.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Florida likes to air the ball out. State likes to take and just use that defense, flashy style, put hits on the players. So we have an injured player, number 65, on the field. I believe that's going to be John Ivy, as he sort of come rolling down the sidelines. Like he might have took a shot to the knee. And, of course, he's going to be a player he hurt his knee when he played at junior high. But hopefully John will be able to get up and be okay there. But look on down the line at other matchups. Of course, the way I look at it is maybe the SEC West to be decided on Thanksgiving again, or Alabama could roll easy. But it's hard to say in the SEC, especially when you have all the talent like you do.
And that was a great open field tackle back there by Kobe Sprayberry. He just looked like Hebron's just coming out and running that shotgun, just jumping off him a little short pass. But Sprayberry did a great job of just staying at home and getting outside and making a tackle. So we look at the Cougars' defense. Cougars has played good on both sides of the field all night long, and I guess they just kept the Eagles' offense, just not been able to drive the ball and score the points like they're used to. But Stafford has done a great job. He's done, I guess, really all he can. He's really not used to playing both sides of the ball. But, I mean, just give him credit. This is the first year that they played 11-man football. So, I mean, I'm not sure how much of a difference. I haven't ever watched any of the 8-man football, so I don't know anything about that. That pass was thrown incomplete. But we just look at it. But you got to give them credit. They've come off 2 big, convincing victories over the past 2 weeks. But Cougars have just come out tonight and they have just played football.
Yeah, if you would look at the scores on the paper, you thought this Hebron team was unstoppable. 58-6, 27-6. Intimidation factor itself right there with how many points they put on the board. Cougars come in, they was pumped up for this ball game. They was tired of losing. They was ready to pick up the first win of the season. And as they go and do that, they're going to have to roll down to Humphreys next weekend. So that's going to be a tough game. But hopefully they'll be able to keep on the winning ways here as we have a timeout call on the field. I believe we're going to take one with them, and we'll be back. You're watching Cougar football from Billy D. Cook Field here on TV7 Bruce, TV 34, Calhoun City.
And we have 38 seconds left to go in the ball game. 48-13, Cougars on top. Again, shotgun formation for the Eagles. They drop back for the pass. They try to air it out toward the end zone, and it is intercepted by Conley, and he's running down the sideline. See if anybody can catch him, and he is knocked out of bounds. But we do have a penalty flag on the field, so we have to wait and see what's going on. But that was a great interception.
I believe that's going to come back. I believe it's going to be called pass interference on the Cougars' course. I didn't take a good angle at it that time, but usually where the flags are thrown, that's what it's going to be called, and that is to call pass interference against the Cougars. So take away interception number 3 on the night for the Cougars.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cougars done a great job just being around the football. They this is just a good drive down the field by the Eagles, but Cougars just done a great job all night on the defensive side, just swarming to the ball, swarming to the tackles, just doing their job, what they're supposed to do. That you look at this, I guess they've took out a lot of the main players, a lot of the main starters, and put in some younger guys and fresher guys, so they still have some legs on them to still run and make tackles. But it's just giving the younger kids the opportunity to get in there and experience the game and just let them play. Just give them an opportunity to play.
Yeah, that's the key factor. When you got a game like this, you don't want to know your key players in there so they get hurt. Just give the guys chances to play. There's an interception number 3 for number 15. Hamilton right there, so he's had a big night. Give him defensive player of the game. 3 picks on the night.
I'll tell you what, I guess we could do just offensive player and defensive player. You get Tyler Parker on the offensive side of the ball. He's run for touchdowns and 2-point conversions and just done a great job just running the ball up the field. And then on the defensive side of the ball, you have Josh Hamilton, who's done a great job. He's, as we said, that's his 3rd interception of the night. So I tell you what, that's always good. I mean, come back, you're a defensive player and said, I had 3 interceptions.
Yeah, that sort of negated the 3 interceptions Chandler threw, but as we said, that's one thing Chandler, it's just his 3rd game, as we said, being a big-time quarterback for the Cougars, being mainstream. That's something he's going to have to get used to, is being that as he played a little bit last season. It's 18 seconds left on the clock. I believe the Cougars are going to get a delay of game here. Holy cow, there's about 4 people in the backfield, 14 players on the field, and that's going to be a delay of game. Too many. I think everybody's want to get a little bit of offensive action. That's to take a shot at Coach Wingate on the sidelines, just with his head down. He knew what was going on from the get-go, as there was 14 players on the field that time for the Cougars.
I guess it's just a few too many men, but as you sweat all night tonight, the Cougars just done a great job. They were really just pumped up and just ready to play this game, and they've done a great job just coming in and playing the football game. They did a good job of just stopping Stafford and everything. He just, I don't know, he was looking to be a big threat to him, and I guess they were all just keen on him. They just done a great job. They stayed around and tackled him and just kept him away from scoring. So that looked like the Cougars do take a knee, and it looked like the clock may run out as we get down to 10 seconds to go in the game. It is 48 to 13. So looks like the Cougars will pull out this victory, and not too close at a 48 to 13 victory for the Calhoun Academy Cougars. So that's a big win. So maybe to get their confidence going and get the Cougars on a roll.
Yeah, and we're going to take a break real quick, and we're going to come back and try to get a post-game interview with Tyler Parker and whoever else we can get a touch of. Of course, we're going to try to get Coach Wingate. So we'll be back after this.
You're going to talk.
All right, we're back to the post-game show here in the CA locker room. We'll talk to a whole host of guys here. We'll start off with Caleb. What was y'all's view coming into this ball game?
Well, first off, there's a lot of hype on Stafford, and a lot of people were talking about how good he was, and he couldn't be beat, he couldn't be stopped. But I think we proved to a lot of people, that he can be stopped. He ain't Superman. The only S that was pounding his chest was one from my helmet, but they're not that big Cougar on it.
Yeah, that's true right there. And Rusty, even as talking about it over at ICC, a few guys talking about it. Big matchup between you and Stafford. There's a bunch of guys saying who would get the better end, and your name come out on top of it. And really, there wasn't that big of a challenge between you guys because really all you guys come in and played a good ball game tonight.
We knew he was powerful. He was. One man will make a team and never has. Never will.
And Tyler, we chose you as player of the game. You come out and had a big ball game on offensive and defensive end. You really had a good ball game the last two games. What do you look over going into Humphreys?
I think we did pretty good. I'll be around the ball good.
All right, of course, we got Josh Hamilton, and he had 3 picks on the night. And Josh, just tell us what you saw. You had a chance to have 5 in the ball game, just had 2 slip through your hands.
Yeah, I should have had them 2, but 3 was good enough. I should score on 1.
And Cody, you also had a good ball game, put a lot of good pressure on the quarterback, made him rush some passes. Tell us what you're looking on down the line for the rest of the season.
I think we'll be all right. We're a young team. We've got a lot to look forward to. We get used to the offense. It's going to be a lot of teams, a lot of trouble.
And Kevin, going to the linemen, y'all really took over the ball game tonight and showed that y'all are a big-time force and will be ready to have to deal with on down the line.
I think we did pretty good. We just need to step it up another notch and go hard.
All right, guys, good luck next week against Humphreys, and we'll hope to see y'all again when y'all come back home. And we're continuing our post-game show here with Coach Wingate. Coach Wingate, this is your first year at Calhoun Academy. How's it feel to pick up this big win here, your first win as a Cougar?
It feels good. I'm excited for the kids. We came out, played hard. I think it just helped the program. I think people can see we're a good football team. We came out and executed what we wanted to do. We're going to work on throwing the football, but we did improve from last week. And running the football, Tyler Parker did an exceptional job. The line came up, blocked. Defense, we fired in there, got everybody, and I'm excited. It doesn't feel, we won last night in junior high, won in high school. We're on that road to building the program.
Of course, you've done a great job along with Coach Jones building this program. It hadn't been, when you talk about tradition, the Cougars have a bad tradition in football, but you come in and you get a lot of positive players in here and really got a lot of confidence in these guys, and tonight's just something to build on as you go on the road to Humphreys.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't build the kids and get them excited about winning football games, you're not gonna have anything. I mean, we got to go out there, and I hate there's a scoreboard at the end of the field. There's gonna be winners and losers and everything, and if we're gonna work hard, then I want to win on Friday night. There's gonna be a winner and loser, and I want to be on that winning side, and I think the kids get fired up about that, and it's no better feeling than winning a football game and get you ready, because whenever you win, you come back and you lose one, then you realize how good you feel when you win that. So if we keep on going, playoffs. We're going for it.
And probably the thing that got y'all up the most was all the hype on Stafford. There's been a lot of talk how Stafford's going to come up here and just run all over these guys. There's even talk on the ICC campus where I'm going to school, the big matchup between Rusty Stegall and Stafford, and said if Rusty ain't going to get to it, nobody else can. But you had guys in there doing what you preached on all week, take his wheels out from under him and bring him down.
Yeah, Stafford's a good football player, but he's just like everybody else. You hit him, he's going to go down. He might take a little bit of a harder lick. You just got to be strong enough to get up there and hit him. We had everybody. I told him said, if you can't tackle him, grab a hold and ride him, and somebody else will bring it down. I said, we got to game tackle. We can't just go in there and try to bring it down with one man. We got to all go to the ball, and I think they did. You know, I think we, you know, I had one man keying off on him. A couple of times they got us, but I mean, other than that, I thought we shut them down pretty good.